So, you guys, after many trials and tribulations, were invited to the home of Vladimir and Olgierd von Everick, which they then proceeded to set on fire as part of a, well, let's just call it what it was, an insanely stupid plan to try to kill Lita. Fortunately for you guys, you were prepared for this, and you engaged Vladimir in mortal combat, and upon which Rowan emerged victorious, and thus the legend of Lord Rowan Lazare keeps getting built up. However, all is not right with the world, as upon your return home, Rowan ran to the Helsing estate to retrieve your loved ones and found that not only has Delilah been taken, but Burchill's half-orc bodyguard Gid appears to be missing as well.
Uh-oh.
As you guys immediately decided to call an emergency war council to discuss these events, something strange has happened in the city of Sanctuary, and that is where we begin the session. So, because the emergency war council meeting was called, one way or another, you guys all on your independently head to Sariel's guild hall to discuss what happened. And because you all are on your way there in your own unique routes, every single one of you sees that no matter where you are in the streets of Sanctuary are not only the regular city guard, not only the witch hunters, but all these knights in really shiny and really pristine armor. Some of them are silver, which Burchill, you recognize as the Knights of Lupton because you went to the Lupton estate to try to tell off Vince, and other knights dressed in like this gunmetal gray color that has this sigil of an open mouth with like sharp teeth, kind of like the "Bitch I Eat People" T-shirt. Like, have you guys seen that from Team 4-Star?
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're these knights in gray armor with that as their sigil. And Zach, I do believe you rolled well enough last time to tell that these knights are members of the Knights of House Ansland. And as you guys are making your way to the guild hall, like just cursory glances enough for you guys to tell this, like there are other people who are just as confused by their presence, and they are asking all kinds of questions. But the answer they give is always the same. We are here for your protection. And thus, we begin in Sariel's guild hall. Present today are all of you guys. Sariel, of course, since this is her guild hall, it's probably worth bringing up. She insists that she be present for your guys' major meetings because this is her place. So inevitably, anything you guys do now involves her.
I'm imagining she's like the record keeper of all this. Like she's got like a stenographer typewriter.
She kind of is, actually. Like she keeps track of all of your guys' finances and the things that you guys do. And Ermine Greycloak is also here because she is your top military advisor. And by her own insistence, because she has information to share, Integra Helsing is as well, as is Vlad the Bloodthirster, her bodyguard. However, if you guys would so choose, you may ask Vlad to wait outside.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude.
Now remember, guys, no Russian.
Actually, most of us don't even know, except for Rowan, Lita and Rowan. I don't think, and Burchill, of course. I don't think we know that she's been kidnapped. Do we?
Yeah, well, Rowan got the information, so he knows.
Oh, so he's the one that called this meeting. Like all of us are still in the dark.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, it's my wife.
Yeah,
I went to Burchill first.
Yeah, Burchill.
Yeah, Burchill, you know, just because your wife did not come home last night.
And then Rowan went to him.
I guess I'll just say Burchill is looking intensely at Integra.
And Integra at that is just looking to Rowan because he was there. He has the information. So, like, just wait. She's just waiting on you. But yeah, Rowan, she's just giving you this look that just, without saying anything, pretty much just says, well?
Why me? I didn't say I was the one who opened the...
Well,
yes, why him? Why does he need to address everyone with your incompetence?
Rowan steps back.
He's like, that very well. Lady Ford, if your personal bodyguard is too shy to deliver the news to you, then I will.
What the fuck?
Look, considering this is your fuck up, I think you should own it. I mean, after all, you're the one that dropped the ball. You're the one we charged with protecting all of our family members, and clearly that's like letting the fox guard the hens. Which really we should have seen coming.
And you want this to be your city. How can you protect your people of your city if you can't protect one fucking woman?
I understand your anger and your frustration. Believe me, I would be in your situation too. And hand directly to the foxes is an apt comparison. As I told, you're a loyal servant. 40
Friend. Get that right, bitch.
No,
Z4
friend. He's like, did you just
I
snap
didn't
at
know
her?
that was out of character.
Okay.
But Stacey says it.
Okay.
He says it though.
It's just like very well.
I pay him.
Yesterday, shortly after all of you left for your meeting with the Von Evericks, actually, 40 armed men wearing the armor of House Ansland showed up to my home, demanding Delilah come with them. It's like we were of course all intent on letting her make her own choice. I know my loyal bodyguard Vlad could have taken them if he wanted. However,
Why didn't he then?
as I was saying, Burchill, before any of us could make a move to stop them, your wife left with them. Willingly.
Wait, what?
And you didn't protest.
She asked me not to.
Some fucking friend you are.
It was like,
Wait, does Lita even know why she would have gone with them? Like, does she even know her background?
I didn't know fucking clue.
It's just like, this is like. However, more concerning than that is the fact that none of you seem to know this already. Almost as soon as it happened, your wife Burchill gave your sister a letter, which she then immediately handed off to that brutish half-orc bodyguard of yours to run over to you as quickly as she physically could, which she sincerely promised she would do. I know I was there to witness these events. However, by your shock, surprise, and anger, it is evident you do not know any of this. So am I to assume then that you have not yet met Gid?
I haven't seen her. No, no.
Then this is cause for concern. Great concern. However, it is now my turn to ask the questions, Burchill. Namely, why in the actual fuck do 40 armed knights from the House of Ansland show up at my door demanding, of all things, your wife?
Because they work for her father.
Pardon?
The masked individual goes, huh?
I forget, what was the last name?
Ansland. I'll spell it out.
So that's outside and goes, Delilah is not her real name. Her actual name is Morgan Ansland, daughter of Lord Ansland.
It's like Lord Randall Ansland of Ambersol.
Yes.
Say that 5 times fast.
Fuck!
When she was younger, she ran away from home when she did not approve of a arranged marriage. At some point, she met Lita, and then, met me.
It's like, Ermine actually raises her hands. I'm sorry, I appear to be the only one out of the loop here. Who is Randall Ansland?
One of the king's yes men.
That is an apt way of putting it. Lady Greycloak, I'm no lady. Regardless, you were in the Scarran Guardian military, were you not? Surely you must have fought some of his men on the front lines. I have a feeling I would have remembered. Not entirely certain if that reaction says more about you or more about his men, but that's not the point. The point appears to be that while the Von Etrics seem to be taken care of, as I am going to assume, we now have the Lights of Lupton and the Knights of Ansland in our city streets. Your wife is missing, and most irritating for me, I do not know anything about this. I do not know when this happened. I do not know how this happened, and I have no idea how and when they corresponded and how they could have amassed this much of an armed force so quickly and get it to the city just as quickly. There's
also the fact that they apparently knew where she was, so that means there's a mole.
That is just as concerning. Which is why I'm glad you all insisted on calling this emergency war council. So.
Oh no, we didn't call this for you. We called this because our friend got kidnapped while you are on watch.
Though first, Mo, I have a suspicion. Doesn't it seem odd that Gid was sent off with a letter and we haven't seen her? And she was in charge of protecting Delilah, something that she clearly didn't do.
That's like, do we know where Gid could possibly be?
I don't know. Ask Blasco the Dane, I think.
Let's go.
Is he here, or is he at the Red Velvet Room?
He's at the Red.
It's like we do not.
He's at work.
It's like we do not need to ask Blasco. I am right here. Gid and I are drinking buddies.
Got it.
Right. I can assure all of you, she is loyal to no one but you all, and you in particularly, Robert. You pay her extraordinarily well. She also has a particular disdain for the Church of Eternal Fire. The insurgents would never trust her, and neither would any of the other lords of the city, especially Vincent Lupton.
But what if they weren't lords of this city? What if they were from the capital?
It's like,
it'd be nice to hear this from her own mouth.
Yeah.
Integra speaks up, assuming of course that we can find her. That is actually what disturbs me.
Why?
As I said, Gid and I are drinking buddies. Sometimes, we are both half orcs. Sometimes our orc blood gives us certain, let's just call them urges. Yes, laugh if you will. And you'd be surprised how many in a bar are willing to bet on two half-orc women beating the shit out of each other. I know Gid is tough. So if Gid never made it to you, this means either one of two things. Someone was either strong enough to knock her out, or somebody ambushed her. Neither prospect is good.
Oh,
they just
God.
Did they just not want the letter to get to us so that we would be more delayed in getting to Delilah, or?
I don't know.
I have a theory.
Well, then, by all means, speak, Lady Ford. That is the reason we're here, to share theories.
I got a theory. It's not bunnies.
Okay.
No,
Nope.
Get that weak shit out of
I'm
here.
out.
Well, you see, Gid is actually Ness from Earthbound.
Yes. Ness got a sex change, turned green, and started bulking up as he got older.
But not before a brief stint as Sans.
Yes.
All right.
God. Okay. So, we know Gid is a loyalist. We've given her that much. We know that if she had a hiding place or any place like that in the city, we would know where it is. Now, if the church got a hold of her, looks at Enzo, correct me if I'm wrong, but they would make a public display of this if she had done a crime.
No, they wouldn't.
Enzo, just because you would know this, the only way they would make a public display of anything Gid would have done is either one of two things: if she was a mage or if she was an insurgent. And
That's
you have
why, no.
Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah, I already said no.
okay.
Okay.
I know enough now. I know enough. I can speak on behalf of the church. Yes.
Something's wrong. Something's up with Mike's microphone. I think we didn't quite hear you.
Zach heard it.
I heard it.
Yeah, but
heard
it's like they're far away from me.
Well, I got my volume up.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe you need to turn it up.
maybe.
But, okay.
No, they wouldn't. They would actually keep it discreet. If she was a mage, maybe. Insurgent, maybe.
Secret mate.
Even the trial is something I asked them to do. So consider it an exception to the rule. Everything's usually kept hush.
Okay.
I mean,
so
unless the church decided to add half-orcs to the shit list of races.
They're not.
no. Oh, yeah, Lita go.
Unless
No,
they
I don't
have
think that.
half-orcs that have burned down half the city and can do magic.
And she's a
Sorry,
Lita
start
looks,
sweating.
Lita looks conspiratorially at Sariel.
Sariel, in return, just stares back at Lita and just gives you this look that says, Koya Niskotsi.
Yeah, Lita ain't gonna say shit because Sariel could pick her up with one hand and yeet her through the next town with the other. Okay, so I have an idea then. So it does have to do with the church, just not looks at Enzo, not your brand of church. Higher up on the pole, higher up on the scale.
It's like,
Y'all seen that big tall motherfucker working with the Inquisitor?
The Goliath.
Oh,
Yeah,
Grant,
that.
Grant, you in particular, you remember, he's not a Goliath, he's a half-orc. Not half-orc, half-ogre.
yeah, the
Half-
half-ogre. I forgot about that
half-breed.
dude.
Half-Shrek.
I forgot about that dude.
all over now.
So he's one of Shrek's kids. Oh, God.
Technically, they were both ogres by the end, so he wouldn't be.
Well, she was just a human, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, 3/4 ogre, most ogre.
Well, in any case, it's all ogre now.
Your ancestry says you're one ugly motherfucker.
He actually kind of was. Lita, you met him. He was an ugly-looking motherfucker. His face looked more like a gorilla's than a human.
Oh. I'm very certain he'll get ogre that quickly, but... Okay, so that is one possibility, but, or however, so we have a missing Delilah, a missing Gid, no leads between, well, we have the lead on Delilah. We know that she willingly went to go see Daddy Dearest.
As Interrogation speaks up, as far as why, it appears that information was with Gid, but now it's lost.
Okay, so...
Find her.
Okay. As much as it pains me to say this, Lita looks at Burchill and gears for the hit. We kind of got to put Delilah on the back burner. We at least know where she is, and if she's with her father's not going to kill her.
Wait, do we know that?
Who knows?
Why would
Is it
she
like-
go with him willingly if she was gonna die?
It's like I know Randall Ansland, and if Gabrielle was here, she would tell you the same thing. Though I imagine she'll be returning from Ember Souls all soon. That is not a matter we are here to discuss, and it is not important. It's like Randall Ansland is obsessed above all else with only one thing: his legacy. His daughter is part of that legacy.
Out of character, do we know, wait, wasn't she with the kid?
Wait, Delilah?
Oh,
Yeah, or am I misremembering?
Does this man have?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't one of the some character pregnant, I forgot, like out of character?
No.
No.
No, that never happens. Not in this game.
No.
What am I thinking of then?
Question.
Not
In
yet.
this-
Are you
yeah.
thinking back in Zorangrad?
I don't know, maybe. I've had a long week.
Where all of you basically spread your genes before the end of the game.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there was a very likely possibility we were all going to die.
I mean, Sigurd was over 1,000. His clock was ticking.
Yeah, Valencia waited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I defied science.
How many children does this Randall Aslan have?
It's like
Sorry,
Okay,
I dropped the die of death and it hit my floor.
okay. Did it crack the floor?
We're good. I think.
Okay. Okay.
Memo to me. Keep it out of the kitchen.
My neighbors are probably pissed, but
It's like
sorry about that.
It's like 3, 1 son and 2 daughters. His son is a captain in the Syrian army.
Is he still alive?
Yes,
As of when?
as of when he was born.
Is he here in the city right now?
Anyone else?
That
My
I'm noticing a trend here.
point being is that we have a war encroaching on our soil. A man who cares so much about his legacy that he decided to kidnap his daughter back after she ran away. Mind you, how many years has it been since she ran away?
10 at least.
So either something has happened with his son, or 2, he really wants this legacy to be safe.
either is a possibility, and I'm sorry, Lita. I can't get over it. It's too distracting for me. Who is he? The man in the bird mask?
Oh, pay
Don't
him
worry
no
about
mind.
Exactly.
I'm going to pay him
Me too.
in mind. I have never seen this man, and yet he is on our private war council.
That means if you haven't seen him, he's doing his job right.
Exactly.
You haven't asked questions about the little girl. What?
I don't know who you are.
Lita's what to say. You haven't asked questions about the little girl standing behind you.
Ring on. My character straight up asked, "Who the fuck is this? I don't know who you are."
We know all about you. We all know about you, dear. After all, you presented yourself to all of us at
That's
the meeting where
right.
it was revealed to you that you were the one who killed Kyle Tempest.
Oh, you were the unimportant person. Got it.
It's like, Lita, where did you find this little girl?
Oh,
I
she
like her.
found us.
I like her.
Lita looks at Anaris, I don't think she likes you.
I know.
I don't
why
like my friend.
I'm pretty sure the list of people in ours likes could be counted on one hand, and you still have fingers.
Yep.
The reason Anaris and I are starting to get along is because we fought each other, beat the crap out of each other.
It's like,
Yep.
Regardless, that is the extent of the information I have. I do not know how they found out about your wife. I do not know why they are here, and I do not know when they organized enough of an armed force to occupy my city, or why they seem to be in bed with the Luptons. After all, they seem to be in on this together. However, I have some theories of my own.
I mean, you literally just said the reason right there.
Like,
this is plainly obvious.
Yeah, the
Then
Luptons
share your theory.
also wanted to be out of character. The Luptons also wanted to be like they were against because they wanted to lead the war too.
Also, you did learn in the last session that Vincent Lupton wants Integra's title, Lord of Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Sorry,
the
Enzo?
most obvious ploy the Luptons could have taken.
Yep.
Actually, I'm kind of saddened that they took this. I was hoping for something smarter, but I guess my information was right. The Luptons aren't clever.
It's like,
Well, out of character, that still begs the question: how the hell did they know where Delilah was?
It's
Is it-
easy. That's not hard to find out.
But remember
Yeah.
the prince was also there. So if someone was looking for him instead, that'd be worse.
it's like Prince Ares knows how to keep out of sight and out of mind. He's gotten better at that since all of this started. It also helps that the 40 armed men who showed up to my home were not looking for Prince Ares.
But if they were, I'm just saying.
It's like if they were, then we'd all be fucked. But they weren't, and they stopped looking immediately when your wife stepped outside and willingly went with him. Honestly, Burchill, if you want my opinion, your wife may have saved the rest of us.
Quit trying to justify your fuck up.
It's like call it what you want. What I call it is a problem for every single one of us, you included, Lady Ford. We both know what Vincent's opinions of you in particular and Walpole are.
Yeah, well, he can line up with the rest of them and suck my dick.
It's like that, or if he has his way, you'll line up and suck his dick. And as it seems, that is far more likely to happen now than the other way around. He has enough manpower in this city to make that happen. Between his knights, the knights of Ansland, the witch hunters, and the city guard, men loyal to him now outnumber the men in this city loyal to you.
Oh?
Yes.
It's so cute you think that.
I do not think anything, Lady Ford. I am merely stating facts.
What were you
All
saying,
right,
Enzo?
enough fact checking. We have to we gotta get our friend, and the only way to find her is find the girl with the letter. Let's stop this pissing contest, all right? Someone's in trouble.
I actually agree with the Birdman, and I feel weird about that.
You get used to it.
Yeah, like Nox is just looking over at Burchill. I'm like, yeah, let's quit this pointless pissing contest. We gotta find this shit. The trail's going cold.
There's no trail to follow. We already know where to go.
Yeah.
If they
Oh, really? Where, Enzo?
find out where they're staying here in the city. It's been one day. More than likely, they haven't left the city as of yet.
Where is the Lupton estate on the map?
Mm-hmm.
2, again, as I said, you partner up with the noble house for closer to King at this point. You get their troops here. You reinforce the idea that you're in charge, and then when push comes to shove, and Lady Ford over here can't deliver on the promise she made, the Luptons are now in charge. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So,
We gotta find where Gid is, though.
Enzo waves a hand at dismissing this Gid person. At this point, we just continue on as the Luptons are in our way, and we must eliminate them, as we did with Von Everett. So a little bit smarter than the Von Everetts. We'll give them that. But we need to be very careful in how we do this.
Well, because that's a bar so low, it was a tripping hazard in hell.
Nice.
Look, if you're so worried about this, just have some of your watching keep track of who's entering and leaving the city. That way, once we know, and Aslan's cart carriage rolls out of here, we'll know where she is.
Burchill, I'm not implying anything. But there's nothing she knows that could screw us over, right?
Burchill, Delilah knows everything.
I'm not implying she'd talk. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Lita, Lita suddenly feels a cold chill, like 1,000 people walking over her grave.
Yeah, Burchill. I'm just gonna say this, Burchill. You do too. Delilah knows everything.
Oh, Lita oh God, Delilah knows Lita knows about the old ones and all. Oh God.
I mean, her dad probably wouldn't let the witch hunters anywhere near her, right?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
But Gid's got info we don't have. They're like, why she willingly did this, like she had
And
a
if
reason.
Gid was attacked, they probably took I would assume they took the leather.
Yeah.
And just like,
Oh crap!
there is one.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, Lita goes. She goes. Rowan's got a point, and Enzo and Rowan, you both have good points. This is obvious. Like we're overlooking the obvious. We know Ansland. The Anslans have Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
If the letter was from Delilah, they would know that Delilah would probably write a letter, give it to someone to send it off to us to let us know what the hell's going on. You intercept, points at Enzo and Rowan at the same time. She's saying this. You send somebody to intercept Gid, take Gid out, capture her, take the letter. So we're in the dark and we're chasing ghosts.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I've got bits of everyone that worked at, like, everyone's blood, right? Do I have any of Gid's?
Have you ever met Gid?
Yeah.
Gid's off the table.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me to see if you ever got Gid's blood, because she's never been that important of a character.
I think if we find Delilah, we'll find Gid.
No, I'm thinking, like, we can check and see if Gid's still alive if I got blood and then give it to you.
All right.
Nah. No, it would. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, my blood biography thing only works. It'll tell me that you took her blood willingly. It won't tell me if she's dead or not.
Oh, so you don't think she would have given it to me then?
Actually, hold on. Let me double check that.
Well, she never would have given me then, yeah.
I agree with Enzo. We find Ansland. We find where the Anslans are. We basically go and see them, and we basically meet this problem head on. Because Gid is a non-issue at this point.
Thank you for figuring things, but you also got the wrong part wrong. We leave the Aslans alone and just keep watching, and we go deal with the Luftons, which are the pressing matter.
Yeah.
You know, taking control of the city to prepare for the war.
Right. Though then again, if the Lanslans and the Luptons are working together, then that means if we find one, we're probably going to find we're more than likely going to find Vince Lupton with Randall Anslin curled up on his lap.
More than likely.
Hot.
He's like,
do you say that character, Mike?
No, I don't.
Oh, so looks at her like, you're just some weird shit, kid.
he's like,
Yeah,
this
she is.
is not the worst plan. However, might I advise caution when dealing with House Ansland. As one of you so eloquently stated earlier, they are King Aegon's yes men, which means they have his favor. Any direct action against them might, well, backfire in the worst of ways.
How we hit the Luftons only. We keep the House Aslan out of this as much as possible.
Yeah. Agreed.
This is like, if I may share my theory, I believe that Vincent is using the chaos that erupted after what happened last week with the city guard station to do all this. Disaster strikes, extra security is brought in. Nobody's going to question it.
I suggest maybe he caused the explosion.
That I sincerely doubt. As you eloquently stated earlier, Vincent Lupton is not a clever man, and while he does desire power, he is loyal to his king and country, possibly to a fault. It would not be his style to cause a disaster to benefit from it. He would more just wait for the disaster to happen and then be prepared to take advantage of it when it does. Mm-hmm. If you want a second theory of mine, I would bet all the money in House Helsing's accounts that he was waiting for something like this to happen. He must have figured that that Lita, not that I'm saying I believe you it's about you, Lady Ford. I'm saying he does. Is like that Lady Ford here would be incompetent enough to run the city to let something like this happen at some point. All he had to do was wait for when it did.
Well, we weren't running the city at that point, out of character.
It's like maybe. Oh, okay. It's like Ermine actually speaks up. Do you have anything that does anyone have anything that belonged to Gid?
That's what I was gonna say. Like afterwards, because no one wants to go with her. Because I was gonna sniff it out.
No, we deal with because if we find the Luptons, then we can follow that trail.
If she's there, I'm just saying, out of character. Like this sounds like, oh, what if like it turns out to be bullshit.
Okay, I've met Vince Lupton. If he did something to Gid, he'll gloat about it because he's a blithering idiot.
Yeah, but like, though, I think it's good to have just in case. Like, if there's an item, because we get there, she's not there. Whoops.
Well, no.
Again, I don't know. I don't know. Again, maybe ask Blasco because again, I believe they were a thing.
Yeah, I'll go ask Blasco then.
Alright.
Gid
gonna go
is a
grab 'em?
non-issue.
There is one thing we can count on. We know that your wife is alive, Burchill. As I said, Rendell is obsessed with his legacy. He will not kill one of his children.
Oh wait, I'm such a fucking dumbass.
What?
With the thing about the items, I could go back home and grab one of Delilah's things, and Horse could sniff it out, or you could sniff it out.
Yeah, I was thinking of actually using Horus too.
Ermine actually raises her hand. I'll go with you. I don't with all this
cool.
with all this shindig going on. I don't know if you want that griffin of yours flying around the city. I know you technically have permission for it to be here, but these motherfuckers might shoot it out of the sky anyway.
Out of character, she does have as good a nose as me. She's got a wolf nose.
But only you and Lita know that.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah, we sniff out both her and Gid, and then we'll figure out, they're both at the same location. Oh, no, they're not. And then we'll be able to know, yeah.
What are we waiting for then?
Wait, where is, out on the map, where are the Luptons?
The Lupton estate is actually not on this map. In fact, most of the lordly estates are not on this map.
Well, from this map, where are they? Like, what cardinal direction?
They would be up this way a little bit, like
northeast.
Can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah, by the gates.
Like by comparison, the Von Everett house was up this way, like more north. They're more straight east.
Okay, so we go east to hopefully we don't have to burn a third forest.
Yeah, and I will say both Burchill and Lita, you do know exactly where the Lupton estate is, so getting there will not be difficult if you do want to go there.
So we go there. If he starts gloating, then we'll know what's what, but at least we can get some information gathering. And then once all that's done, then we can make a plan, because then we'll know where all the pieces are. Because if we just rush in there when the friggin' hand of the king's army's here, and we and without playing it smart, then they won't even give us a title. Like, well, why did you attack like my most loyal? Why are you doing that, Lita?
And then the penalty will be bashing with this thing.
Ah, Jesus! But Casino Royale style. Zach just like.
Ugh. Now I'm imagining it.
So, since we're going to divide this up and search for, and have some people search for Delilah or Gid, the rest of us need to come up with a plan on how to deal with the Luptons.
It's like if you're going to talk to Vincent Lupton, might I suggest you bring minimal if any security any more, and that'll just be begging to start a fight. Vincent Lupton is an idiot, but he's not but he's not about to start a fight if it will make him look bad.
Hey Zach, read the chat. That might help for because it was literally last night. That could be the reason we're visiting.
Wrong person, I thought.
Well, no, the Luptons have nothing to do with the paintings.
Yeah,
I thought wasn't it his daughter?
No, no, it's somebody completely different.
Oh, I thought it was Vince.
No, that was completely different.
Like, okay, a lot of you. Well, I have an idea. We need to do okay. Part like Lita and Enzo can go deal with the Luptons. Well, the rest of the part, if Anaris wants to tag along, Anaris can, Lita and Enzo are basically yucking it up with the Luptons.
We'll keep Anaris with us as our secret muscle.
All right. Jayson, where are you going?
All right.
I get lost usually.
Jayson?
Okay.
Pondering.
Okay.
Vince, I bet this 12-year-old could kick the ass of your strongest man. I doubt it. 15.
All right, while Jayson is pondering, Ken, do you and Grant want to start with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you shouldn't be at the forefront. Because if Daddy knew where he was and what she's secretly been doing, then she knows she's been married to you. Then.
All right.
So yeah, you can tag with me and the Wolf Girl.
I just have a question that I didn't bring up. Where's Maria?
Maria was still at the Helsing estate. In fact, I skipped over that. Maria actually did share with you a story similar to this, and so yeah, like that was actually how you knew that all this was going on prior to showing up at the meeting. Maria told you she's safe.
Okay.
She also told you that Delilah handed the letter to her, but then she handed it to Gid, figuring that Gid would be far more capable of getting it to you guys than she would.
Well, at least it was with Gid and not her, because then we didn't want Maria to get captured instead.
That's actually why. Like, given what had just happened, Maria was afraid for her own life, which is why she gave it to Gid. And Gid, as you know, Burchill, is basically half-orc Rule 63 guts.
Wait a minute. All right, so yeah, I think that's another thing we forgot to mention. Who the hell's tough enough to take her down?
The Ogre, probably.
Rowan.
Is the Inquisitor gonna just go out of his way with the Ogre with that shit? Did he have a reason to hate her?
Well, let's find out then.
Yeah.
So, Burchill, Nox, and Rowan, you guys are going to go to Burchill's home.
Wait, I thought Rowan was sticking with Lita.
Rowan, what are you doing?
It says in the chat.
With Lita.
Okay. So, we'll start with you two then, because this is more immediately important. So, you head into Burchill's lovely home outside of the city, and both of you, as you enter, you notice like crawling along Ermine's back before sitting on top of her head as she starts to look through the house is a little ferret,
Yay.
a Snow White ferret, who as soon as you walk in, it just immediately leaps off of her head, runs down her arm before jumping off, and then just starts running about the house. And I would like everyone to roll a perception check to see if they could find anything that might have Delilah's scent. Nox, this is spell you would get a bonus.
Burchill know? Burchill knows his wife better than we
Go
do.
into a closet and grab a dress.
He can find hers, but I'm looking for I'm looking for Gid.
Hold on. Burchill's been wearing her dresses and socks and makeup and everything.
Well, but yeah, Ken, it's not necessarily about can you find something she owns. It's can you find something she owns that has her that still has a strong trail of her scent on it, like the things in her closet for there's
the pillow.
You put oiled stuff somewhere after you wear it.
It shouldn't be hard. Like, this should be like a success roll of like 2 at least.
Yeah. We need the most stinkiest clothes.
Yeah, fun. Well, you found your own clothes.
Okay, well,
I think it'd be more like we'd have to.
That's what it's worth, but.
Okay, fine. Like, okay, Burchill, you go looking for Delilah's scent, and actually the ferret goes with you. And like as soon as you approach the bed, he just jumps up. He just jumps straight on it, and then just starts running around in circles, sniffing everything. Nox, you're looking for Gid. I want you to see if you can roll for her scent.
Alrighty. Yeah, because I think it would be a little harder to find the bodyguard stuff than the woman that lives here.
Mm-hmm. And Ermine is actually going to search with you. Okay, what is Ermine's
I guess
perception?
while that's happening, because Burchill didn't go to the meeting, he's going to pick up his crossbow and the beat scorpion.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What's that? 40.
Because, yes, that's the official name of my harpoon gun.
Nice.
Okay, let me find Ermine's perception.
Yeah, we got 2 missing individuals. We don't want either of them gone because we need to save the NPCs.
Oh, right. I'm an idiot. Ermine's character sheet is not on this one.
She's on the moon!
Okay, so, what did you say yours was? 40?
40.
Gid's scent is admittedly a little difficult to find because she does not actually live here. However, with 40 perception, Nox, you do smell that she has actually been sleeping on the couch, and as you notice this, Gid, Ermine actually comes up from Burchill's kitchen, just holding one of his cups, just going like, I got something. What about you?
She sleeps here. What do you got?
He's like, well, we knew she was a heavy drink. We knew she was a heavy drinker. Just sit down. That's a start. I think.
What kind of couch is this?
Burchill, what kind of couch is it?
I don't know. Whatever couch is appropriate for this time period.
Before I do anything, I'm going to ask permission because I'm going to need a piece of this couch to take with me. I'm going to have to cut a piece of the stitching off or something.
Burchill, this is your house. Do you allow him to do this?
Just take the cushion.
Wait, is there a cushion is there like a throw pillow?
That is
I assume so.
That is up to Ken. What he wants to let you do is entirely up to him.
All right.
I mean, I assume we would give her a pillow to use. Like, you could take that.
Okay.
No, to sleep outside with the other servants.
So yeah, whatever. You come downstairs, and I'll ask Burchill. You find some? You got something of hers?
I mean, the ferret's running around the bed.
And
all right.
Actually, just as you say that, the ferret just runs past your leg before running up Ermine's leg before just running up to her arm, and she holds it there. She holds it in her hand for a second, which, by the way, the ferret fits perfectly in Ermine's hand because she's a big woman like Sariel. But yeah, like you see it just go. It's like blank. It's like blank has her scent. And now I do too because he's covered in it.
What did the ferret say? I understand animals. What does he sound like? Because I know the griffin sounds like Macho Man. What does this ferret sound like?
Zach, this was your character. What do you imagine Blank would sound like?
Wait, can Ken understand animals too?
I can understand horse, and that's it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Hold on, I know exactly what he... Hold on.
Consuming profanity for the last hour.
I know exactly what he sounds like.
Angry Irish swearing.
No, because I'm gonna give him one of my favorite voices in all of fiction. The video's taking a minute to load. Come on, you motherfucker. I have no interest in... We have Disney Plus. Why am I getting ads?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus Ultra!
It wants you to buy the deluxe package, which includes Hulu and ESPN.
Yeah.
Consume product.
But yeah, while he's looking for that, Grant, what the ferret more or less says is like I found her scent. It was extremely strong on her bed.
This is the voice of the ferret.
What is this? Loading. What?
The ferret has the voice of Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes.
Not what I was expecting, bro.
But yes, Nox, you hear from this ferret just like, he's like, I have her scent, my lady. It was all over her bed, and now I have it on me. The two of us should be able to track her with relative ease. Shall we sally forth? Which, by the way, to Burchill, all you hear is.
In my situation, I would say that thing's adorable.
Nox is just wondering like, why do animals have such weird voices? Is this me projecting?
At that, Nox the ferret turns to you, just like, if you take the blue pill, you wake up in your bed, believing whatever you want to believe.
Ermine, it's got pills. Make it drop it. Animals can't have pills.
No, you watch as the fucking ferret suddenly stands up on his hind legs, lets out this inaudible, this horrifying squeak, but in reality he's just but what Ermine and Nox hear is machine.
Does that mean this ferret's just going to get shot in an alley in a spin-off MOBA? Or not MOBA,
MMO.
Yeah.
MMO, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that is like.
Boy.
Roll up in a Fishburne.
All right, but if we got, I look at Burchill and, all right, so we got their sense. We'll be able to find it. And I'm gonna just look at him. How are you holding up?
I'm going to murder someone today.
Oh.
How
Well,
is that?
yes. Well, hopefully it's gonna be the right people, because they're gonna have it coming, kid.
All right. So,
Welcome to the family, son.
Nox, I need you to roll a perception check, and I'm going to roll a perception for Ermine and Blank as well. Ermine rolled really well. Actually, Ermine rolled for shit. Blank, on the other hand, Blank rolled a crit.
So did I.
All right, so Ermine is clearly, for the most part, just following you guys. The trail leads back outside of the house towards the Helsing estate. Do you want to get horses, or do you want to just run this? And Burchill, are you going with them?
I mean, why wouldn't I?
Okay.
Yeah, we need him there. He's a ranger.
All right. And it's like,
Yeah. I think we should use horses. We gotta get there quick as possible before we lose the scent, right, Ken?
I was actually just about to suggest. Ermine turns to you, Burchill, and says, like, you might want to call over that pet griffin of yours. We'd be able to cover more ground that way. Though, can he carry 3 people?
Well, he doesn't.
I mean, with Van Hall, can he?
Yeah, he actually can.
Okay, is there enough room on his back for 3 people? One person has to be, like, held by his talons.
I could fly right next to him, technically.
But it's broad daylight, though.
Oh.
Do you want to do that?
No, I don't.
Do it.
I will gladly be held by this thing if that's the case.
I'll give you this, because of what you are. You actually can ask Horus to carry you like that. Like you can actually go up to Horus and ask him with words.
Oh my god! I actually hear, like, if the weasel's like in front of Horus, I'm gonna hear a conversation between Macho Man and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Actually, Nox, what you hear is, like, you notice Horus look over towards Ermine, who Ermine seems to have a bizarre affinity with Horus. Like, Horus does not approach her maliciously or growl at her at all. Like, she just walks right up and starts petting it.
Well, she is a druid.
Yeah, and then Horus looks over towards the weasel, and Nox, you hear, not even a snack.
But yeah, just
What's this?
how you going to be held?
Oh, just.
Is that what you want, Nox? Is that what you want?
Well, I mean, I'll be if he drops me, I'll just be able to, like, glide down.
All right. So, the 3 of you on Horus, well, one of you being carried by Horus, you fly in the general direction of the Helsing estate. But as you get closer, however, you notice that the trail actually turns back on itself. So So you do just that. You turned right around and you follow the trail from whence it came in, and the trail actually leads you all the way back to Sanctuary, to the city gates, right around. Let's see. The Helsing estate would be in this general direction. She would have entered the city here through the Trent Reznor gate.
Okay.
Yeah, can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because this is closer to the city, the trail starts to get muddled somewhat as you're in a cacophony of different scents. I'm going to need all of you guys to roll perception again. Burchill, if you would like, you can roll perception for like sight-based things to see if you could spot any clues as to what might have happened.
Yeah, you got
I
better
mean, I
eyes than me.
think I have track as an ability.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So that would actually apply to this.
That's why I'm glad we brought the ranger.
Once again, Blank is picking up the difference.
What'd you say, Ken?
No, I was just trying to find it because, he had the sheet long.
Also, Ken, I will say as far as Delilah's trail goes, like you did track it to the Helsing estate. However, it did get muddled in a bunch of unknown scents. What you do know, however, is that they did travel in a direction that was roughly, vaguely what you know to be the Lupton estate.
Okay, that's a total of 29.
29 for tracking. I'll wait until I get the scent perception.
43.
Okay, so once again, Ermine rolling for dumbass, but Blank is picking up the difference. Just like
I was being carried by Horus, but I had to be like close to the ground to sniff. So I'm assuming we're like flying 5 feet above the ground, and Nox just goes, and he's holding the weasel, doing the same
that's actually a
thing.
good question, Burchill. You direct Horus as you're getting closer to the city, and you see more of those armored or Lupton and Anslin guards walking around. Do you descend and get off of Horus, or are you just gonna fly right up to the gate just because you can?
Oh no, I have a granted slightly metagaming plan. Horse has to be a surprise.
Okay.
So you do get off of Horus and send him back to his pen.
Thanks, Macho Bird.
Burchill, what'd you roll for tracking?
29.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Don't talk about his mother like that.
Burchill, what you actually notice is like you don't get very far into the city itself before you look at the ground, and you almost don't see it because, like, due to the heavy traffic through the city, people are just walking over it. And actually nearby, you do see that the roads are being repaved by Dante's guys, and just your luck, they haven't gotten to this section of the city yet. Otherwise, they would have covered this over with cobblestone. You do see, like, I guess an indentation in the dirt path into the city, almost as if someone was dragged. However, it does not get very far. Nox and Blank. Nox, you catch Gid's scent. However, there's another scent, 2 scents, 2 in particular that you do not recognize. One, however, you recognize as a human. The other is something that is very decidedly not human, and I'm going to allow you to roll a perception check to determine what it is, because this, roll a profession check, because this relates directly to your field of expertise.
Would it happen to be ogre? Because I'm the one that knew he was part ogre because I smelled him before.
That's why I'm allowing you to roll this.
Smells like onions.
But
God damn it, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Profession. Mm-hmm. Where are you? There. Mm-hmm. That'll be, I rolled pretty low, but it's 18.
Mm-hmm.
26.
It's like, because of your expertise with monster hunting, this smell is decidedly non-human, and you know this because it sticks out like a sore thumb among all the human scents. Like, it smells almost like a gorilla that's never bathed ever.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, like as this thought is reeling through your head, like you you do see Blank talking to Ermine. It's like there were two people here, mistress. One was lithe but very tall. The other was big, non-human. And at that, Ermine just looks over to you because she doesn't know that you can understand her familiar. It just says like, I think we're dealing with non-human.
I know who it is.
And actually, Burchill, but sorry, I forgot to bring this up before you start talking. Burchill, you do notice with the drag thing, it doesn't look like there were signs of a struggle, which means whatever happened very, very fast.
So wait, are there 2 cents with Delilah or just with Gid?
Just with Gid. Delilah did not come this way. Delilah went in the vague general direction of the Lupton estate.
And out of character, Nox is yelling, "Fucking told you, Lita!"
but yeah, like Ermine says to you, Nox, like, we're dealing with a non-human.
We're dealing with a half-ogre.
What the fuck does Lupton have the Inquisitor that he has his lackeys working for him?
I don't think they do. I think they took her on their own because they're leading in separate directions. They're going in separate directions, right?
Yes, they are. Delilah's going towards the general direction of the Lupton estate. Gid went to the city to try to find you guys, and she did not seem to get very far before she ran into the Inquisitor and the Half-Ogre. Actually, hold on.
Did the Inquisitor, like, do we remember if he, like, hated, like, half-orcs or something?
You have no idea. However, Ermine rolled intelligently enough. She has an idea. She just pulls a random person aside. Excuse me there, you. Yes? Was there a fight here of any kind yesterday, like at any point? Not really. Not that I saw. Did you see a half-orc run through here? I'm gonna roll intelligence for the civilian.
What if Delilah said some shit she shouldn't have said in that letter? What if the church has it now?
It's just like,
not the church, the Inquisitor.
I doubt it.
Is it like now that you mention it, a half-orc did run through here. She ran into two people though. One was this scrawny-looking guy in very nice clothes. The other was big guy. Like I didn't even want to get anywhere near him. But
Nox just goes, "Son of a bitch."
It's just like, but yeah, she ran right into the city, and then the big person punched her right in the face and knocked her out in one punch.
Does the trail, out of character, does the trail perhaps start leading towards an island?
Do you want to roll to find it? The DC will be significantly higher because you're in the middle of a city and there are scents everywhere.
Yeah, because this might just, like, either it's connected or they just, like, took her out for another reason entirely.
But yeah, like, with that said, Ermine just goes, like, thanks. Then she just flicks the guy a single gold coin for your trouble. Oh, thank you. But yeah, with that, Ermine goes directly over to you, Burchill. It's like, so it would seem that Gid was looking for us. She just ran into trouble.
So how she end up over here? My house is over there, and isn't the estate like elsewhere?
Maybe. Well, she knew you weren't at your home. Maybe she wasn't looking for you.
This happened while we were still over at the assholes last night. So she was probably trying to run to a meeting place.
It's like, is it? Maybe she wasn't looking for you. Maybe she was looking for someone who she knew would be in the city.
Yeah, she wouldn't have ran all the way to the Van Horns. Shit.
She doesn't know where the Von Everett estate is.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna see if this path still diverges or not. Like, cause then we'll know. Oh, they're in 2 separate locations. I'm gonna try to do it.
All right.
I'm gonna look to Burchill and says, that means her family's got your wife, and that bastard detective's got Gid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they're going to the same location or not.
Mm-hmm.
Weasel, help me.
It's like, without saying anything, the ferret jumps off of Ermine's head and just runs over with you. And as he does, he says to you, "I am a ferret, actually, not a weasel."
You're part of the same genus. I say back to him, which he understands.
And actually, Ermine notices this and just says, like, who is your Birdman friends, and why does he know how to talk to animals?
Wait, she knows who I am.
Well, yeah, actually, she does, but she only knows, like, so much about you.
Oh, she just knows I hate the church. That's right. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Burchill.
it's like,
Oh no, he's old. You maybe pick up skills like that as you get older.
I took a course in community college of animal
All right.
speak.
I need
that'll be
to roll for blank.
what is that? That's 44, and I'm just going. Also, I wouldn't be wearing the bird mask right now though because it's daytime.
Yeah. It's like, but blank actually looks up to you and just says, "Too many scents. I cannot pick up on the one." You, however, Grant, can, because you know what to look for, and you're an experienced monster hunter. So you're calling up on those skills again. You actually do smell that the trail does go back back outside the city, and you can, because you rolled so high, you can follow it all the way if you want to this building right here.
Please don't let us find a desiccated corpse. Please do not let us find a desiccated corpse. This way.
I'm going to assume you all follow.
Yeah.
All right. So
you'll see Nox every now and again just go, like, get on the ground, bloodhound, then get back up and keep moving.
The trail does indeed lead to this building, which is a shed with no one in it. However, looking inside, roll another perception check for smells. Burchill, you can roll for sight.
Be my eyes while I sniff the ground.
Mm-hmm. Why does Ermine... Okay, actually, that's a decent roll for Ermine, because her smell is really good.
They want me to the gods want me to find this lady.
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Woohoo! High five, Ken! Both of us nat 20 bros. High five.
Okay. Ermine and Blank just they start looking around. However, they just go in separate directions, sniffing around, like can't see much of anything. The two of you, however, you know exactly what to look for, and you spot it almost immediately. Burchill is like, Burchill, you do see signs of a struggle here, as if there was a fight. You also see blood on the floor and some of the walls. A lot of blood.
Oh no.
Nox, you smell both Gid's scent and the half ogres, and it is very strong here, especially because it seemed like there was a struggle. However, this is the interesting thing. You are a crazy motherfucker, Nox. You are a doctor, and you specialize in torture.
Well, that's more like a hobby.
Well, it is those skills that allow you to recognize, just because of Burchill, what you see and what you're smelling. They definitely brought Gid here, and there was a struggle, and she might have been tortured. However, it doesn't seem like she was cut. There is blood here. There was not a lot of blood. It was as if she was beaten, not cut.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah. Based on this, like, you're not entirely certain if Gid is alive or dead. However, the lack of, like, blades or, like, instruments of torture, as evidenced to you by the lack of blood that you guys find, suggests
So wait,
that.
is there a lot of blood or lack of blood? Because you said to me there was a lot of blood.
Well, there's a lot of, okay, like, there's a lot of blood. There's, like, a lot of blood splatters. What there isn't a lot of are, like, pools of blood.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, like, when you hit someone in the nose and they just go like, and then blood sprays everywhere. It's things like that.
We know she wasn't Texas Chainsaw, but she was Casino Royale. I was saying we know she wasn't Texas Chainsaw, but she was Casino Royale.
Just like, but to clarify, based on the information you guys were able to put together, she was dragged here and then beaten for quite a period of time, just because of how intense both of the scents are. They were here for a while.
I just look at Burchill as he's looking all around, and I'm just like, not enough blood to kill, but this is blunt force trauma they did on her. And then for the half ogre, shit. I look at Burchill and I go, do you think it's either related or he just wanted something out of her? Maybe. Wait a minute. Does it? I just had a thought. She was your personal. Gid was always around your house, right?
Yes.
That Inquisitor's been snooping around Lita. Well, hoping she'll slip up because he suspects something about Tempest. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I'm like, what if this is just they saw an opportunity, they're trying to get info to incriminate, and she just was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I mean, the Inquisitor already talked to me, so whatever information... So, there's no way... There's less information you can even get from her.
Well, maybe they're trying to figure out if you're, your cousin, because you're their closest family member, I say, with quotes.
It's like...
I was saying that if this is a unrelated incident, the fucking dumbasses.
It's like,
But
what?
she's got the letter.
What does Gid know, if anything?
Good question.
Pretty much nothing, to be honest.
So is this where the trail ends, right here?
For the most part, yes. Like there's actually the problem isn't that there's not enough of their scents for them to pick up a trail. It's just that there's so much scent here. It's that you can't tell where they went after this.
I don't know, they probably got on the water too, which would hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I might.
Can I try track?
You can try, but like
you're probably better than this. I'm getting overwhelmed. Yeah,
like you might not find much. Roll for perception.
Well, track is survival.
Yeah, and actually Ermine is going to roll as well because she has this skill too. Okay.
Track. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overwhelmed like a bloodhound.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Nox
That's a total of 22.
Unfortunately, neither you nor Gid rolled high enough to be able to pick up the trail. Like you do look around. Like you do. There definitely was a fight here of some kind, and actually, curious enough for you, Burchill, you know Gid wields a massive guts-like sword. There are no blade marks anywhere in this building. None along the walls, the floor. It doesn't even look like there was a place where they hung the sword. They stood the sword up just to stand by.
Goddamn sword.
They took her weapon. But yeah, the trail at this point gets hard to follow, and unfortunately, Burchill, you don't find enough details to pick up a trail, and neither does Ermine.
Shit. Well, at least we know. Well,
Meanwhile, Nox, the ferret approaches you and presents to you a pouch of something red and a pouch of something blue. You take the blue pill.
I'm gonna take both, crush them up, and snort them.
Not as you begin to hallucinate, we transition over to the other half of the party.
Well, here's how it transitions, because I'm gonna get on the earring and go, Rowan, Gid got taken by the Inquisitor.
As the drugs begin to kick in, we cut over to the other half of the party.
And Rowan, you just heard me start snorting. Yeah, she got taken by the Inquisitor. Oh god, that's good shit.
Rowan, you will not hear that immediately because we're going to pick up Red immediately after you guys left.
Oh.
Okay. Important question. How are you guys presenting yourselves? Are you going there formally? Are you just going to show up there on horseback? How are you approaching this?
Well, they're going to bust out the carriage for this.
All right. So.
Well, actually, wait. Hold on. Presentation is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think riding on alpaca. If we wanted to flex on them, we'd be riding up on ostriches.
Oh yeah.
Or emus. No, fucking
oh,
emus.
God. Don't talk to me. An emu tried to eat my dog way back when.
All right. So, Anaris, since you are going with them, I would like you to roll a stealth check.
Why?
Because I'm going to tell you why in a second, but I do need you to roll a stealth check.
Why are you assuming? Maybe I want to be obvious today.
Do you want to be obvious?
Yeah. I'm just staying with him. Did you tell me to be stealthy?
I did not.
There you go.
I'm
not stealthy.
I was going to have you be stealthy until we got there.
All right.
That all depends on how we're getting there.
I have no fucking idea. We will spend an hour planning.
Yeah, we're gonna arrive up in the carriage.
So, like, as you approach the estate, Anaris, how do you want to approach this, if at all?
None. Following normally.
I figured you're in the carriage.
I guess with the carriage. Where's Enzo?
In the carriage.
There you go.
This is a 6-person carriage, so there's plenty of room for all 3 of you.
I'll be riding out with on Admiral.
Okay.
I'm full size, so I can fit very well.
So as you ride up to the Lupton estate, the first thing you notice about the Lupton estate, because Lita, I do not believe you have been here before, but like this place is big and it is very gaudy. There's this massive fence surrounding the property with a bunch of really pretty plants growing around it, like, you know, that type of thing. There are those silver armored guards everywhere, and like once the front gate is open for you, you see like this massive like entryway where the road actually curves around in a circle before going back out, and as your carriage is pulled around toward the front steps of the house, which, by the way, this place kind of looks like the White House. Like that's kind of what it's going for design wise. The silver armored guards are everywhere, and Rowan, they do look to recognize you, though none of them are stopping you. In fact, it was because they recognized you that they let you guys in the first place.
Damn right.
But yeah, Anaris, you are now right up to the doors of the house.
Hold on. So,
why are you sitting?
So hold on. So before we get out of the carriage, I make a gesture to stop everyone from leaving, which I guess is it 4 of us or the 3 of us? If Rowan's on the outside.
Yeah, it's the 3 of you inside. Rowan's on the outside.
So before we get out of the carriage, I make a gesture to stop.
All right.
Yeah.
Anaris, on the way out,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to hide. I don't need you going anywhere. I need you close at hand, but I need you out of sight.
All right.
All right.
I understand that you are typically well with your wits. Can you keep it together?
Who? I don't know who you're talking to.
I think that was good.
Lita. Can you keep it together in there?
No, she's a little moody this week.
Yeah. I can keep it together.
Because your friend is currently indisposed, and I don't want that weighing on you. First things first, he is a problem that needs to be dealt with. And this whole thing should just be about information. We have none, and we need to get as much as possible.
All right.
Just gonna follow behind.
All right. So
I get up and I exit the car carriage first and help, quote unquote, lead it out of it.
All right. As the two of you exit the carriage, the unseen third party. Okay, Anaris, it is actually very easy for you to stealth around here because all eyes seem to be on Lita, Enzo, and Rowan. So yeah. Like, how do you want to approach this? Like, because there are columns, there are multiple stories, and there are windows. Do you want to go in through the front door when they open it? Do you want to see if you can climb up to the second floor, or do you want to?
Following behind him.
Okay. So
Just like said that. I'm not gonna go off on my own and get lost again.
all right, and
There we go.
I will say, as the doors are opened for you, you guys are treated to almost like this really opulent, really grand foyer that actually kind of reminds you guys of the foyer up to the Red Keep when you guys were in there for we're in there for the gala. There's paintings all over the walls. There's expensive tapestries hanging from the windows that you can see. And as you enter, a butler does approach. And Anaris, I'm going to bring this up just in case you do want to do this. There is valuable shit everywhere here.
Okay.
But
money means nothing. We have plenty.
Well, I know, but if you ever get the urge to steal something while you are here, I'm just saying there's plenty to steal.
I'm not captain.
Okay, but yeah, as you all enter this grand foyer, a butler approaches you, a human butler, and ignoring Enzo, Enzo and Rowan just walks right up to you and is like, my Lady Ford, this is an unexpected surprise. Might I ask what brought on this visit?
We are here. Well, we wish to have a meeting with Lord Vincent Lupton.
I see.
To catch him up on current affairs as they stand.
I see. And I am to assume then that you do not have an appointment.
No, but I think he'll make an exception.
Very well. I will go see what the master of the house says. Please wait right here for the moment.
You got an appointment?
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you in about 5 weeks.
So
That's the only opening I have.
So in the about 10 or 15 minutes that this person is gone, if you want to use this chance to talk amongst yourselves while you're in this house, or do something like roll perception, or look outside, or try to steal something, you are alone in this room, now would be the time.
Perception.
So how about that sports ball?
If you want to know,
The Mets really did well last night. Did you see the end goal? That's a touchdown.
yeah. I'm gonna look at the people in the room, see what's going on with them.
I'm gonna roll profession, be on my toes.
Sure,
Yeah,
go
roll perception.
right ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can't read.
All right. Mike, no one in this house appears to be acting strange, at least not in any way that you see. I will say that that there are 4 silver guards in this room, and all of their attention is focused on you. And you actually do see a few servants pass by throughout the house. Interesting thing of note: while there are plenty of house servants here, none of them are elves.
That makes what are they, human?
Yeah, they're all human.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
you guys wait there for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
Starting to take it personally.
And as it actually approaches the hour mark, actually no, not quite yet, but yeah, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 80 minutes. Yeah, they seem to be making you wait.
You're very important.
And just as it is about to approach the 90-minute mark, the butler finally comes back out, and he says to you, "This is I apologize for the wait, my lady. The master of the house would like to speak with you. Only you. Your friend in the church and your loyal bodyguard can wait right out here."
Yes, I know. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for Lita to say the thing and then turn around.
Well, if that's the case, then we'll come back.
And he's very well then. Shall I tell the master of the house that you are leaving?
Yes. Oh, and you could deliver him a message.
It's like, very well, my lady.
House von Everett is no more. Only he and I remain. And then, in a flex move, I walk out the door.
All right. And Rowan, it is about this time that you get that message from Nox saying that it was the half ogre and they found where Gid was. Now, before any of you leave, is there any one last thing any one of you want to do?
I mean, with the tracking thing, I wanted to go after Delilah and not Gib, but whatever.
Yeah, we know Gibb's a lost cause for now, so yeah, we got to meet up and go find Delilah.
Well, like I said, you knew Delilah was going in the direction of the Lupton estate. Do you want to go in that direction?
Hell yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that's what I initially wanted to, but you sent it elsewhere, but it's whatever.
All right. I will say, like, if that is what you want to do, then you guys actually meet Lita's group on the way back to the city. Since you can't find Gid, you start following the trail of Delilah, and then like just along the way, Rowan, you spot them first. You actually spot Horus flying down from the sky, as like they just land right
on foot.
Well, you
I
were.
can go
but-
horseback anytime. I have a whistle.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like
that's right.
Yeah, you can horse back anytime, but yeah, like you guys meet back up, like just out in the middle of a field, like between the city and the Lupton estate.
Burchill doesn't stop if he's on foot. He's walking. He's walking the rest of the way.
Well, like, okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, we just relay. Yeah, she's in this direction, and well, the Inquisitor got Gid. We don't know if she's alive or dead.
I figured that much.
But yeah, we're following Delilah. It's definitely in this direction.
All right.
All right. So Burchill, you're headed in the direction of the Lupton estate.
Yeah.
It's just like as you get closer, Ermine starts to speak up. So many scents. A lot of humans. Hard to tell the difference between them. It's not just the people who work here. Like a bunch of people passed through here recently. They came, stayed for a while, then left. I think your wife's scent is. I think your wife. I can't tell you where your wife's scent is. She's either still in the massive scent that's the house, or she left with the ones that left.
Shit.
Oh, don't worry. At this point, we don't need your nose. Only my fists.
Oh, okay. So you're entering the Lupton estate.
Hell, I'm kicking down the damn door if it...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait, we just came. Goddamn!
Just.
Hey,
Oh,
Miss Ford left.
Burchill's fucking pissed.
And now
Okay, so
Amazon's
as-
kicking down the door.
So as Burchill stumps into the direction of the Lupton estate to kick down the door, not like Ermine actually stops you, Nox, and just says, "Should we go after him?"
I just look at her and go, "What the fuck you think?" And I start walking after him.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure we gotta find her, and I'm gonna make sure he don't die.
Okay. Burchill, as you approach the Lupton estate, the main gate to the house with that fence I described earlier is closed upon your arrival.
Kick it down.
There are two guards there, and like as you approach, both of them like step in your direction. It's like, halt! Who's approaching the estate of Lord Vincent Lupton?
Lord Robert Burchill, let me through.
It's like, very well. At that, one guard whispers something to the other, who he briefly opens the gate so that he can go in and ask to let you in. And you were worried about me. So Burchill, you sit outside the gate with this one guard for 2 minutes. 5 minutes.
Can I just inject the guard and we just walk in?
Don't oppose us across proportion. Open the damn gate!
The knight in front of you, not taking kindly to having a crossbow pointed at his face, starts to reach for his sword. And he's like,
I do too.
It's like
I'm there yet.
It was like my lord. It is like I do not want to do anything either of us will regret. However, if you attack a Silver Knight of Lupton, I will be forced into an appropriate response, regardless of whether or not you are a lord. Do you want this?
Yeah.
Your father already declared. No, your boss has already declared war on me. Open the gate and you won't get hurt. Okay, pretty boy?
Even if you get past me, there are more of us inside. You would not make it to the front door. Do you
That's
want?
why it'd be easier if you just open the gate and let me talk to Vince.
It is actually at this point that the other guard comes back and he says, like, Lord Robert Burchill, Lord Vincent Lupton has asked me to deliver you a message. He says that the proper lady of your house, Lady Ford, was already here to see him. However, she refused to meet with him on his terms, so she left. He is not willing to speak with you. You may leave now.
I am not leaving. Bring that shrimp dick motherfucker out here, or things will get bloody.
Oh. Oh no.
Can I roll intimidate?
Yes, you can, and you can count favorite enemy to this. Now, Wildbert, Nox, what are you doing?
I'm sticking to the shadows to make sure, like, no one hurts him.
If that's the case, that's a grand total of 32.
Wow, 32? Holy shit.
No, he can't fly here.
It's like,
He can't. You won't.
okay, but like, what specifically are you doing?
Well, he's intimidating her, the guard.
No, well, I was asking about you.
Oh, I'm sticking to the shadows and providing backup, and so if anybody tries to hurt him, I'm gonna have his back. I don't know what everyone else is doing.
That is actually a good question. What is everyone else doing?
I thought they followed us.
Yeah, Lita. I think Lita's still in the carriage, and she's just assessing shit and
I don't know where I'm going.
In the carriage as well.
And I'm also in the carriage.
But yeah, is the carriage still on its way back to the city, or is it stopped? Or
we stopped. We met up internally. We said this.
Okay.
Both parties met up, and we went back. So we're literally Lita's sitting in the carriage as Burchill is literally screaming this guy's fucking head off.
All right. So, okay. So just to make this work in context, okay, Burchill, you said you rolled a 30 intimidate.
32.
Okay. Both of these guards look shaken. However, they're not about to back down. However, before either of them can actually draw their swords to make you leave, the carriage with Lita, Enzo in it arrives behind you, as does Rowan on Imperial, and it is upon on Admiral, and it is upon seeing the rest of them that they immediately put their swords away. Your intimidate held, but yeah, the timely arrival of Lita and the others is what caused them not to attack you. But yeah, you all see this confrontation at the gate. They do not appear to be letting him in, and Rowan, as you step off of is it Imperial or Admiral?
Admiral.
I don't know why I keep messing that up. But yeah, as you step off of Admiral, these guards look a lot more afraid of you than they are of Rowan. Not of Rowan, of Burchill.
Rowan has transcended being himself.
Everyone is Rowan.
Yeah.
Anaris takes it from Ash. She's also Rowan.
But
Where
yeah,
do you
like
see your
Malkovich.
mother?
Malkovich.
Rowan.
but
Where do you see Rowan? Everywhere.
Is Rowan in this room with us now?
You're in therapy. Rowan can't hurt you anymore.
so
You see that, Rowan? You see that? That's Rowan!
so rest of the party, Rowan included, as you stop in front of the Lupton estate again and see the situation going down, how are the rest of you approaching this? I'm going to give you 1 minute to decide before we cut back to Burchill, and Ken, I am giving you free reign to do whatever it is you would like, and the party cannot stop you.
Okay.
I'm supporting him from the shadows.
Oh God, Lee.
Actually, hold on, don't decide anything yet. I need to start my timer.
I already bet on you.
Start deciding!
And
No,
go.
it's just like, wait a minute.
Go.
I bet on Burchill winning, and you bet against him winning. Now you're betting for him winning. So I feel.
He started the timer. What are you guys doing?
I'm getting out of the carriage.
All right, you're getting out of the carriage and doing what?
You will always win.
Now the bet's canceled because he's just
I'm
leaving.
basically getting out of the
Why are you
carriage.
getting involved?
I'm getting involved.
All right. Okay.
I'm getting like half. I'm going to be halfway between him and the carriage, and basically like try to talk the situation, like just like.
Okay, so you're trying to talk them down. Rowan,
Yeah.
Rowan and Enzo, what are you doing?
Rowan's standing behind the talkers with his gun on his shoulder for emphasis.
Okay, and it is a unique sword, so that is very intimidating. Enzo, what are you doing?
I'm walking out with my good old normal smile. I gave Anaris the order to hide in my shadow. Be stealthy and.
All right,
Just
and
wait.
I'll say your previous stealth score from before still applies, and that is 1 minute. Now, Zach, because you specifically said you were going to try to diffuse the situation, I am allowing you to talk before Burchill does.
Okay. Everybody, just step back. Step back. We all know that one of this party's involved, the Luptons, are in the wrong. But more bloodshed will not make this situation better. If anything, it'll involve one party, you, getting arrested. And look, that's the last thing anyone needs. That's the last thing Delilah needs right now. You in prison. Or worse, on Temple Isle being interrogated. Or worse than that still, being interrogated by the dumbass Inquisitor with the goofy smile and the fucking glasses.
Oh, John, I'm gonna marry.
Wait, what are you doing? Sorry, you were mumbling for a bit. I didn't hear what you said.
Lita, would you be arguing to be level-headed if it was Hattori?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Because being stupid won't help right now.
You haven't lost people like this before. I've been through this. Men like this took away everything from me before. I would not let it happen again.
Whoa. And the Oscar goes to...
Yeah, holy shit.
You're right. I haven't.
Well, the German judge doesn't seem.
I haven't.
It's like
I haven't.
I typed you something down.
one of the Silver Knights just tries to step in and chooses.
Stay out of this! Lita points a finger.
Burchill, because of your intimidate earlier, they do not say a damn thing.
Mike sent you
You're
something,
right.
John.
I haven't, but I've seen what this does. And we can get her back. We will get her back. You know what we've done in the past. I swear on my life. And I have always kept my word, haven't I, Robert?
Last time it took me 16 years, Lita.
And this time it'll only take a month. I swear on my life, I swear on my house, I swear on everything I hold dear. I swear on my heritage.
And Burchill, it is around
wait. I do something else here.
So you don't do what you typed to me?
No. I'm calculating something quickly. Sorry.
We're gonna have like a Boston Massacre type situation,
Oh, God.
or
I
the
totally
shot
lost
heard
that.
around the world.
Do we have any snow nearby?
There is no snow.
I was making the joke about the Boston Massacre.
Oh, God.
Okay. So, okay, just Mike, could you describe to me, Burchill, as this conversation is winding down, you hear what sounds like a voice in your head. Mike, what do you say? Like, just say it aloud so he can hear it.
Longer you waste time disguising my voice with a 28 to be like deeper husky. Be like, longer you wait, the longer your wife is in danger. You're just wasting time here.
And I'm going to say, Burchill, you are not in the frame of mind right now to make a roll to see if that is Anaris or not.
But you do also hear you got to get more money.
Money.
What the?
While this is going on, one of the guards actually does enter back into the house. And actually, before the situation can get worse, he does very quickly come back, like within the span of a minute, and he just says, my Lady Ford, the Lord Lupton says he is still willing to meet with you. However, the same terms still apply. No one else, only you.
Chime in as I walk up. The terms have changed. If he's not willing to see all of us, then this is going to end with an entire manor of dead people. I recommend he change his terms immediately.
Lita puts a hand, has walked up to Burchill at this point and put a hand on him, looks at the knight, and actually says, the priest is right. Your boss either meets with all of us, or I call up the wild ones who now work for me, and we will run a rout on this house, and we will burn it to the ground, and we will scavenge your bones such that not even ravens can find them.
Burchill,
I will have the wild ones come and do this. And while your boss tries to run, the underground will come. And
You froze.
Yeah, you froze.
While the wild ones run that, I will have the underground come and wipe out every single man, woman, and child you have in this city.
Jesus.
Lita,
Holds you
Burchill,
dear.
Lita, Burchill, and Rowan, I would like all three of you to roll intimidate checks, and your score will be combined.
With our powers combined.
Yeah, with your powers combined,
We are domestic terrorism.
Captain Vengeance.
Captain asshole!
But yeah, John, can I know Gid couldn't, but she was failing. Can I smell if Delilah's even still here?
Roll a perception check.
I did, 36.
You cannot.
Damn it,
There are
there's too many people.
There are so many people in this house, and all of them are humans, so it's difficult to pick out one individual woman.
Damn it. If only I could.
Okay. With your powers combined, with your threats made, and Burchill, you especially, looking like you are ready to skin every motherfucker in this house alive. One of the two guards just says, like, I will deliver this message to him. I cannot promise anything. We just watch the door. It is all that we do. And with that, he he steps back on inside. 10 minutes go by, and he eventually comes back outside and is like, Lord Lupton has agreed to meet with you on your terms.
Good.
It's like this.
Open the fucking gate.
Noted.
They do so. Nox and Anaris, are the two of you sneaking it up?
I'm sneaking it up. I don't know what Anaris is doing.
Still in stealth. That
Okay,
didn't
well-
break stealth on me casting that spell.
Okay, so your stealth score from before still applies. Nox, you're trying to sneak into a new place, so I need you to roll stealth.
I'm gonna. Can I go around the back and climb up the walls?
Sure. But yeah, you still need to roll stealth.
Yeah. Because I'm not just gonna walk through the front door.
Okay. While you're rolling that, the main party is led through the front door, through the foyer, and Bert, you are actually led to this very long, very opulent and well decorated dining room. Burchill, you have actually been here before. It is where you met Vincent Lupton the first time, and like the table in this dining hall is very long, about the length of one of like the mead tables at the guild hall, and along the wall there are like all kinds of decorations and trophies. You see animal heads. You see weapons. You see a pretty well done painting of Vincent Lupton when he was young. When he was younger, and seated at the head of the table is Lord Vincent Lupton. Standing behind him is that very buff-looking, rotund bodyguard with the face tattoos that you guys saw at the gala, and also in the room with you are 15 silver knights. Since Grant's not here, we'll do you guys first. And Anaris, we'll do you at the same time we do Grant. But yeah, this is like...
In the room.
Stop doing the child.
All right.
Not healthy.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you all enter the room, Vincent Lupton holds up a glass of wine and just like, my Lady Lita Ford at the House of Ford. So, I would say that it is nice to meet you under such circumstances, but I believe we both know that I would be lying.
Oh, stuff it up your ass.
Christopher Mildes, Venny, where's my fucking wife?
It's like, you mean Morgan Ansland?
Yes.
I will be honest. I will be honest with you at the very least, Robert Burchill. You deserve that. If you've come here to start a fight with me demanding her back, you would be wasting your time. She is not here. She has gone home.
Uh-oh.
To Embersol. However, that being said, Lord Randall is still around. If you would like to take this up with him, that could be arranged.
Bring him to me.
Lord Randall Ansland is a very busy man, and he has to coordinate certain details with the witch hunters and the city guard right now. So I'm afraid I cannot bring you to him any more than your
Then
lady.
tell me where I can find him.
As I said, he is a busy man. He could be on Temple Isle. He could be with his men. He could be
Answer
anywhere.
the question.
I am answering the question. He is a busy man, and as such, I do not know where he is at
Then
this point.
Then Lita looks at Burchill and goes, then we'll find him.
I have little doubt of that. But to the matter at hand, it would seem you, Lady Ford, are making threats against me. What have I done to you?
Been a dick for one.
Do you have, actually,
Being involved with this.
Lita goes, do you have all day? Because I've got all day.
It's like, unfortunately, no, I do not have all day. Lord Ansland and I are busy cleaning up the mess that you adamantly refused to.
Yeah, level 0 spells are like cantrips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lita goes, oh, you mean the mess I'm trying to clean up and the one that everybody else keeps refusing to acknowledge exists? And that the only reason anyone's acknowledging it exists now is because suddenly everybody decides they want to get a dick measuring contest with me.
You're wrong. You're wrong on that, Lady Ford. It's not as if we were ignoring it. We were simply trying to do things your way, to give the elves their space and assume that they were innocent until proven guilty, and we're content to simply let the witch hunters do their jobs. But last week's incident seems to have proven to all of us that your way of doing things is not cutting it anymore. So you, Lady of the House of Ford, may politely take a seat and let the men handle this situation the way we should. And let the men handle this situation the way we should have from the beginning.
Hold up, Lita
Right.
goes. Hold up. Let the men handle this.
Exactly.
Let the men.
We tried it your way. We saw how well that worked. Now we do things my way.
Let the men. Lita doesn't start laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
What?
did so.
And Mike saying
Lita's-
something, John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lita doesn't start laughing. She starts cackling.
Uh-oh. Good thing
And
I'm
it's
there.
a
One
deep, throaty. Mhm.
Mike, just for the sake of simplicity, if you're going to keep doing this, could you message them directly to Ken and not me? Just
All right.
so that he knows he's getting these while these conversations are happening. But yeah, sorry. Continue, Zach.
Lita is cackling like a witch on All Hallows Eve.
Mm-hmm.
The man. Oh my God! Stop! I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh. Let's let me get this straight. The men. Your men.
Exactly.
The Dickless Wonders.
Is it like? I would not say that. But please continue.
Well, you've done such an admirable. I mean, it is only fit that you should control this. That you should protect the city. After all, you've done such an admirable job in the past.
Exactly, it is because
Like
Because
when the butchers
I
are running
be-
wild.
the butchers were never a real problem, Lady Ford, or they only became a problem later. And before I was simply content to let you and that bitch Lady Integra handle things your
Oh,
way.
just shut up! Shut up and stop wasting our goddamn time. I don't care how. Yeah, what you try to convince yourself you're doing. Just stop wasting our goddamn time. And at least try to be helpful. And maybe, just maybe, you will actually he's still alive at the end of this whole deal.
My cousin makes a good point.
He's like one of his silver knights runs over. Run over to Temple Isle. See if you can find Lord Randall Ansland. Tell him Lady Lita Ford and Lord Robert Burchill would like to speak with him. Yes, sir. And at that he runs out the door. There.
Here,
Does that satisfy you?
You could have done that 5 minutes ago.
I could have, but I had very little incentive to. Now, did I?
here's how this is going to work, Vincent.
No, let me.
I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to do my job. The job that you refused to do until it became convenient. Until the problem became a problem of the other race. Okay, let's be honest here. You were willing to let the butchers do what they wanted because they're human. I don't see a single elf on your payroll. I don't see a single elf anywhere in this house.
We had elves on our payroll before Lady Ford, until your organization demanded that we pay them more.
And there it is! There it is! Lita Lita throws her hand.
And instead,
There it is.
instead pay them more. You rather replace them all with humans for the same price. Good. Wow, so smart.
I did not fire anyone. They left willingly. It is not my fault that no elves wanted to work with me after your organization and gave them equality. Mike,
Yeah, there's probably a
15.
reason for that.
Yeah, 15 guards in the room, Mike.
No,
That is actually nothing.
that's nothing. Got it.
Okay.
Look, here's how this is going to go, Vince. I'm going to leave, do my job, and at the end of this, if you're lucky, I'll mail your head to your family, because I'm going to destroy you and your family and everything you stand for. You dickless fucking waste of my time, you gaping wide black hole of a cunt-faced motherfucking rat bastard, ass-licking dog fucking son of a fucking whore who the greatest thing that was about him was left as a brown stain after you slid out of your mother's cooch. You fucking waste of skin.
Are you done?
Now, I can go on all day, but I'm apparently using too many big words here because your little feeble hamster that's running around your head right now probably had an aneurysm with me using something more complicated like that. So I'm just going to leave the brief this way. Suck my dick, get in line, fuck you, fuck your house, fuck your wife, fuck your kids, fuck everything you believe in, fuck your racist xenophobia, and best of all, fuck you. We're going to resolve this. We're going to go meet with Randall now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back and laugh my ass off when I watch my cousin here shove Randall's head up your ass. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to laugh. And I'm going to keep laughing. And then I'm going to hit you. And I won't stop hitting you.
If you would be patient, and while you're patient, I'm sure I will have time to hear the rest of the colorful words you'll have for me. Lord Randall Island is already on his way. You just saw that I had seen to that.
Well, then we'll meet him halfway, because clearly this is a house of lies. And it's house of wasting time. I mean, after all, we were here 5 whole minutes, and all you did was blather on about how great you are and how great you're going to do shit.
Indeed, this appears to be a house of wasting time after all. Why would I waste time with you? A woman who's in bed with the enemy, and a woman who appears to be actively helping them.
Oh, so you want to fuck me? Okay, I understand.
Oh, please, you're not my type, Lady Ford. You got none of the assets that I love in a woman.
Yeah, and I don't like small dick pricks.
Ow! That being said.
Oh, please! With how old he is, he probably can't even get it up anymore.
Ow! What do you want to bet? He had to have somebody else jerk him off with a cup to implant it in his wife.
Hold on.
Hey, boss, we're gonna go get lunch after this. So.
Yeah, Lita's like, we're good. Yeah.
So you want me just on him?
On.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Got it. I'm dropping down on his ass to basically land on him and pull the dagger up to his head.
Is it like...
It's about to pierce into it.
Okay.
If you want me to roll the attack, I already did.
You do still have to roll the attack just to see if it lands properly. You do not necessarily have to roll for damage.
That's a 28.
Okay, so
this is threat. This is not me dealing damage.
All right, so
yeah, it's an asbestos instead of the dagger.
So describe to the party as a whole exactly what happens in detail while this conversation is happening.
Anaris, which probably in this circumstance it's best not to wear the disguise ring, doesn't wear the disguise ring, drops down pretty much on this guy, kind of knocking him a little bit down as she kind of has the dagger right up against his throat, like right about here.
Okay, so just
like just a little bit, but not enough to kill, not enough to really wound. Just the threat of that one.
like a ninja, you drop right down on him, and the force of you dropping down on him just causes him to fall forward a little bit against the table. But then, like, you're very quickly able to grab his hair and hold the
Then I say in his ear, as the ninja, I'm going to be Hokage.
But like, as you're holding the knife to his throat, however, the rotund guy with the face tattoos immediately draws a sword, holds it at you, and the 15 guards all draw their own swords and point them at all of you.
Straight to them.
Watch out.
Sir, you or me?
He's like, what? I'm just like,
Enough. Stop. Assassin. You haven't killed the Lupton Lord yet. What are your demands?
You
Get already.
You did.
my demands. How about?
I said assassin. I said the Lupton assassin.
He's like,
What are your demands, assassin?
Disguise voice, I guess. There with a. That's really high. With a 28, be like. It's a girl outfit. I don't know why I'm giving her this one. Well, my first demand is stop to be wasting the time.
I see.
You're kind of just having a pissing contest up there, and I've been there for an hour. Bored out of my mind.
I'm sorry. Who are you? And how did you get into my home?
I am the numbers killer.
Roll an intimidate check.
Yeah.
As you all see it, why she's
Anyway,
doing.
pins the numbers kill on the samurai, and he's canonically dead. Well,
Lita.
canonically.
Yeah.
What Catherine was the actual killer.
Lita, I'm not gonna lie. Lita's sitting there, and she's kind of like, Lita's just like, I imagine Lita's just kind of thinking, no, let's play this out. Let's play this out.
Just so you know, Mike, this is the guy you're threatening. Like, I know Ken knows what this guy looks like, which is why I had never posted it earlier.
He looks like a dick.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like the type of guy to claim that he owns his employees' real names.
Which he
'Cause
probably
yes, he
thinks
did
does.
that recently.
Goodness.
Real names?
Yes, not
Yeah.
just the ring names. He claims he owns the real names.
Oh, fuck.
That's
Douchebag.
yeah.
But meanwhile, back at the Cheaty Ranch.
Yeah, back at the ranch.
You haven't killed him yet.
What was your intimidate, Mike?
What?
Well, I asked you to roll intimidate.
Okay.
Because yeah, you name dropped the numbers killer. So yeah, roll intimidate.
That's a 34.
Just
Intimidate's a high skill that I. That's a 17.
all of you watch as Vincent Lupton's eyes suddenly go wide, and he turns white as a sheet. His guards, however, make no move to sheath their swords.
That's fine. And I'm going to walk up a few steps like, assassin, you haven't taken his life yet. Is there something you want in exchange for his life?
I want $1 million in a helicopter. But
I want a car waiting for me at the airport. Something fun. A Porsche.
you can keep telling me shit.
Okay. Anaris, play along. Say you want some absurdly high gold value. And I mean insanely high.
I want 100 million gold in unmarked coins.
Okay. Lumped in 10. I turn to leave.
Actually, I want 90 million gold. He's not worth that much.
It's like, Lady Ford, is that a value that we can get together to prevent Lupton's death?
Lita goes. Why? This is Lita's face right now. This is Lita's face right now.
I have to admit, this is not going the way I planned this session.
Lita goes. I think we could probably get it together, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really want our help, so I mean, Vince would have to beg for it.
And it's not really our problem. I mean, if it's for us to live right now, I mean, that's one less headache for us, to be honest. We have nothing to gain but to just let him do his job.
My lords, I understand this. However, as a member of the clergy, I cannot let an assassin kill another one of the
I don't know. I feel like his son-in-law will be more reasonable.
Roll
I mean, he seems like he's
roll
used to
another
taking
intimidate check.
orders.
Well, since you name dropped the son-in-law.
Again, Lita's still just like.
So wait, Grant, did you hear what was happening?
No, I had Damien's truck was dead, and I had to go give it a jump. Sorry.
Well, who
Okay.
wants to tell him when and how communications have broken down?
So Anaris dropped down on it. Holding it.
Intimidate.
What'd you
Anaris
say,
did what?
He's holding a knife to this guy's face and doing an accent like this. That she wants 90 million for him. That was
She also
Not worth
just told the room that she was the numbers killer.
Yep.
Why would you do that, small child?
It's working so far.
It's working so far.
I was ordered to do that.
Okay. Vince,
There have been no
Vince-
less than 4 numbers killers.
Technically 5, I think.
Burchill and Lita, you're the only ones who can really tell this, just because both people in the court and you can see things like this, and Burchill, you've had it out for the Luptons for some time. Vincent looks like he's trying to hold it together, but you know better. He is practically shitting his pants in fear at this point. And now you just name dropped his son-in-law. Like, yeah, like he has very few high grounds to stand on left at this point. However, you are all still in immediate danger.
In you.
There's no danger here.
Going to say,
Lita.
to be like, now here's the thing. You all, I don't think, will get involved on wanting to kill me if this happens. And the rest of you gods, well, how many of you do you think could actually take Vince? I don't really think so.
I'm gonna add to this. Lita looks at the guard and says, I think he means business. I've seen what the number of killers can do before in the streets. He's a mad dog killer. You can't predict what he wants to do.
I mean, how many
Halfling in the
victims does he
background.
have? I'm pretty sure well over 100.
I'm going to step closer again towards, Vincent left side. And I'm going to usher the guard.
He's his face right now. Where and how you found this, but that is his face.
Yes.
Sorry, Grant, we'll get to you, but I really want to see how it's said.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't complaining. I just got here.
I can't tell.
All right.
So forward.
Enzo, you have the floor. I'll stop laughing.
I'm gonna get close. I'm gonna get closer to Vincent Lupton, and I'm gonna usher the guard to take a step back. Take a step back. We don't want anything to happen to the Lord, and I'm gonna give a message to you. Once I get close enough to attack him, I want you to cast darkness.
All right.
Cast feast instead. It'll be funny.
All right.
Everybody eats everybody.
I would. That would leave a mark.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah, Nog's just outside going, so, how's it going in there? Is Burchill calm down? And Rowan's like, no.
Look,
Rowan, if you respond, you have to speak to respond. They'll see it.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. I was just joking.
All right. But yeah, Enzo and Anaris, you have the floor.
assassin, I urge you, please, and as I step forward slowly, leave this man's life. He is not worth the money you're asking, but I hope that but he is also not worth the quarry and of the pain that would be brought to you for killing the Lord of Sanctuary.
You may be right, but I'm in a no-win situation here.
How far away are the parts to me at this point? After I tried to say
they're all close enough to you that any closer they would be poking you with their swords. The guy with the tattooed face, like when you told all the guards to back away, he did not.
Would my ice aura kind of like keep them at bay at all, or?
That only works if you're like immediately close to them, like
Gotcha.
if you're within combat range.
Gotcha.
So like you would have to like engage one of them to like have that effect.
Copy that.
Mm-hmm.
I just have my sword ready then.
Yeah, I mean like you are standing there looking scary as fuck with your armor and that sword, but like yeah. Enzo, you still have the floor.
All right. So I take a step forward, and how close can I get? Does anyone actually try to stop me?
Nobody's trying to stop you. Like this went from demands to a simple hostage negotiation. So like they're letting you approach, but they're still wary of both you but more so the numbers killer.
All right. I whisper again into Anaris' head and like make demands about the guards letting you get out of here free, and you'll leave them alive.
Now, how about this? In this situation, if you let me walk out, perfectly fine, and I let him live. No following.
Vince
The plague.
Vince at that point just looks over to his god, just like, for the eternal fire's sake, just let her do it.
Him.
All right. Back up. Everybody back up. Give me
Did you
space.
just assume my gender?
Yeah, that's not character. He did just.
She thought she was being clever.
Was it? I mean, you're still wearing the silk tracksuit. And you still have.
I know, she literally looks like this, and it's like, of course, ma'am. But the voice I'm putting on, I totally mean it.
So like, you're still wearing the silk tracksuit. They can see your figure.
And the dress.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah.
But he did assume.
But yes,
And
he did
Lita
assume.
backs up.
What was that?
And Lita follows what.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I take a little bit step forward. Like I am unarmed. I am not a threat. I am just a clergyman. Once the guards are backing up. Once that he's in hand, I will take him away to make sure that he is safe. So please, don't do anything rash as I get closer. And am I able to get into about 5 feet-ish of him?
Yes, you are.
Wonderful. All right. So as I get closer, I'm going to just readjust my grip on my cane, and I'm like, all right. When I say 3, we'll go ahead. You'll let him go, and you will be able to leave, and I'll take Lord Lupton away. All right. And I whisper to you like, on 1, cast darkness.
All right.
Oh no.
1.
And I'm already touching.
All right. So he said 1. Do you cast darkness?
And I cast darkness, and it's a touch spell on him.
Okay.
So
So
20 feet around him is darkness.
And as soon as
that is actually most of the room, and including all of you guys, as all of you are suddenly enveloped in like this pitch black void that none of you can see out of.
me, and as I command, I'm going to use my quick draw feat and my improved quick draw feat to go and slash at Lupton's throat. And sheath my sword before anyone can really see what's going on.
And I'm gone.
All right. I'm still gonna have to ask you to roll for stealth. Like you'll get a huge advantage because of the darkness, but I still need to see what the number is.
Yeah, that's a 36. And I
Okay.
can run while stealthed and not have any problem due to my unchanged level.
Okay. So, how long does the darkness spell last, or can you dispel it manually?
It lasts a minute per level, but it's a racial, so I'm pretty sure it's just level 1, so it lasts a minute.
All right.
Plenty
so,
of time to slit a man's throat.
Yeah. In the minute that you have, because you're the only one who can see through this darkness, where do you go and what do you do?
Probably outside in the carriage, I'd imagine, or where should...
You're probably head back up, like get back to the ceiling, and then just find a way to get out of the house.
Yeah.
That's not difficult. The doors are not locked. You're able to get back outside of the house easy, and with your ability to climb on the ceiling, nobody looks up.
I
Now,
don't get chat, but I'll kind of
60 seconds pass, and Enzo, describe to the group what they see as the darkness spell begins to fade.
Oh, no, he died.
What they see is me holding Vincent Lupton in my arms, my vestments drenched in his blood, trying to cast a healing spell, but it's not working. So it must be some kind of curse that the blade had that the assassin used.
Okay, so for this to work, first off, I'm going to have to ask you to roll an attack roll because, like, I know you were close enough to do it, but it was still complete darkness, so you still need to roll an attack roll, and I do need to roll for damage.
And you have a minute, so you can do it multiple times.
Oh,
You rolled pretty high.
no, I just rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Nox is outside helping some guy repair his cart. Like, what the fuck happened?
Nox sitting on the roof, sipping on a slushie, watching the birds fly by.
Only because the game sword is not much. It was 9 damage with a 2d6.
Not bad.
No, okay, 9 damage.
Yeah, I don't have much. I don't know if there's any bonuses to that if I use like strength or something, but
That's good, bro.
Okay, so
He probably wasn't seeing it coming.
here's what happens. You, as the darkness spell fades, it is as Enzo described. As Enzo describes, like there's Vincent Lupton with his throat cut. He looks like he's bleeding out, and you're trying to save him. However, Enzo, because you are a doctor, this is the only reason you would know this. You did not do enough damage to him while the darkness was out to kill him. His throat has been cut, but if you are actually able to heal him, that would save his life.
But don't.
NPCs have 10 hit points. You got 9.
Oh.
I have a question.
Press your
And
phone.
do I add my strength mod to my attack?
Yes.
To hit, not to damage.
Oh.
It depends on the type of weapon you have. Like if it doesn't say add your strength, then you don't.
No,
Oh, goddamn Pathfinder.
So yeah, like you said, you did 9. He had 10 health, so he has 1 HP left, and his throat is cut.
He does have a minute, though, to be fair. While he's holding him, would he be able to know that and just press, like, his thumb into the hole?
To do that, you would have to make a second attack.
Do it!
I have that second attack.
All right.
And you have a minute.
Roll to hit again.
Oh my god.
All right.
Not how I expected today to go, but should have.
Like you wanted. Totally.
That's a 16.
Okay. And roll for damage.
That's a 6.
Okay, so I have a very important question for you. Like, nobody in the party will get to see this, nor will any of the guards, but, Enzo, how do you want to do this?
So as the darkness spell hits, and once I know it envelops me, I take my hand and I basically flash the blade across, like, the first time, and then I take the second one, and I make sure I go and I cut across the third again.
Okay.
Trying to follow the same arc so that way it looks like it's the same cut.
Okay, and I'm going to imagine you also very quickly sheath your cane sword so that nobody actually sees it's a cane sword before the spell ends.
Sheath it, and then I grab the body and I pull it towards me. Yeah, I just was grabbing it, and then I kind of go to the ground with him.
Okay. I would like just for the sake of hilarity, I'm going to have you roll a performance check just for fun. I mean, they're already going to be convinced, but this is your acting skills.
Can I roll a bluff check instead?
Yes, you may.
That's a 33.
All right. I will give you this one chance to see if you could beat out Ken's Oscar-winning performance at the gate.
Nah, nothing's beating that. That was raw.
Nothing is going to beat that. Nothing will beat that. But just see if you can try. Like I do want to see how good of an actor you are.
No, my lord! No, please don't! You can't die on me! No. By the creator, the healing isn't working. I think the dagger was cursed. I must have been cursed. I cannot heal the wound. He's dying on me. No.
Everyone else, what are you doing?
Die. No.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Lita looks.
Oh.
Actually, Lita is going to basically rip off a chunk of her sleeve, rush over to Enzo, and basically try to help stop the bleeding.
Okay, so let's just say, because there are a bunch of other things I want to get to this session, that what happens in the house at this point is pretty much pure chaos. And now I am forced to give you guys a choice. Do you guys want to go and see Randall Ensland today, or do you want to maintain this facade and make it look like you're helping Vincent Lupton? You have time to do one, but not the other. If you choose, I will say you can see Randall in a solo session if you want to.
I mean, can Burchill just go to meet Randall?
Because
what the party?
Yeah, I'll shadow him to make sure no one fucks with him.
Okay, so because what's happening in there is chaos, Grant, we are gonna skip over to you while all that's been going on. But I do need to know what are. Okay, Mike, you've escaped. What is Lita, Rowan, and Enzo? What are you guys doing?
Well, Rowan clearly doesn't want to get paid ever again. I know. Yeah.
I'd help you, but I'm a woman, so.
Yeah. No, Lita. Yeah, Lita's basically trying to help Enzo put on a good show. She figures something's up. She figures something's up, but her son,
Sure. Just for the sake of helping him, roll a performance check. For you, this will actually be performance.
Oh God! Oh man!
Oh God!
No!
No! Stop! Don't come back. Okay, rolling Oh my God! Rolling performance. 25.
All right, so you're helping out Enzo. Rowan, are you going with them?
Boss, you want me to go with them, or you want me to stick with you?
Lita, basically, as she's Enzo's cradling him, crying, and Lita's basically pressing, pressing basically a chunk of her shirt. She turns back to Rowan. I guess Lita would tell Rowan to keep up the facade.
Mm-hmm.
Go with his knights to find basically we need witch hunter, we need guards, somebody.
All right. So
I go and help them.
All right.
Yeah.
So while all of that chaos has been ensuing this whole time, Grant, what has Nox been doing in the Lupton house while all of this has been happening without your knowledge?
I was sneaking around, and I'm probably looking through some windows, seeing, okay, is Gid here? I'm looking for Gid and Delilah, because he doesn't know.
Roll perception, because you already rolled stealth earlier.
And I'll probably be looking in the house going, I'm keeping Rowan updated, because you don't have to answer me. I'm looking for this and this, so just keep Burchill from doing anything rash. He thinks Burchill's going to do something rash.
He almost did.
I believe it.
Actually, that's a good question. Burchill, what's your reaction to this?
Burchill's going to look shocked, to have the facade of that was a random third party, but also he doesn't give a fuck.
Okay.
He's more concerned about, his kidnapped wife than the death of this old racist.
All right. Well, I won't make you roll a performance check. I just needed to know what you were doing. Okay. What's your perception, Grant?
Is it sight or smell?
Which one do you want to use?
You said my smell was, well, you know what? Now that I'm closer, I'll be able to, am I in the house yet or no?
You're on the outside of the house looking in windows, but
yeah, I'll try to pick up scent then, so,
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, math. 42.
Okay, you are, fortunately there are windows to most of the rooms in this house, there are windows to most of the rooms in this house, so you are able to look inside. You do actually enter a bedroom on the second floor, and you do catch Delilah's scent. So she was here, but she is not there anymore. However, with your 40, you search for about like 30 minutes, and like that's all you find, because like we have other stuff I want to get to. I'm sorry if I'm skipping ahead, but yeah. So,
but no sign of Gid.
No sign of Gid either.
Okay, so she wasn't here. It was just Inquisitors.
Yeah, Gid wasn't here at all, but Delilah was. And with your 42 perception, you actually do start to hear a commotion from one of the rooms downstairs. And as you get closer, you actually open one of the windows to hear. You actually do hear the chaos of what happened inside, and you know Vincent Lupton is dead.
I get on my earring. Rowan, who killed him?
The numbers killer.
Which one?
You know damn well which one.
No, I don't.
I'll say, Rowan, you're already outside of the house by the time this is happening, so no one can catch up on this conversation.
I'm pretty sure. When you say that, I'm thinking Catherine's back, and he's like, "Oh God."
There were two. There's Catherine. That was that one. There was that one.
There was the samurai.
Yeah, there was Catherine, there was the samurai, and now there's you. So
there was also the copycat, remember?
Yeah, copycat.
Yeah.
And then all the ones I framed, so I was technically the fourth because all those butchers we killed. Oh yeah, Numbers Killer got them.
Another copycat of the shadowy
I killed Captain Alex and put a number on him. So
we are all the Numbers Killer.
Yeah,
oh my God.
The Numbers Killer is an idea. It is not a person.
Oh my God. But yeah, alright, so I guess in lieu of finding something, I'm going to take something that looks important.
What are you aiming for that's important?
Letters.
You'd have to try to get into the house and break into his private study for that. So for that, I'm going to make you roll another stealth check.
Yeah, because all information's good information. Like, before I found out he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Was it perception or what?
This is stealth because you're trying to get inside of the house now.
30. Math. Damn it. No, wait. What's 34?
All right. Thankfully, the DC has been drastically reduced because the master of the house has been slain, so nobody's paying attention to you. You will, however, need to roll a sight-based perception to see if you can find a private office or a study.
Oh, noes.
Mm-hmm.
36.
And then Okay, so you do find his private study. Unfortunately, I have to make you roll another perception check to see if you can find anything that might be valuable, because you're the only one here looking. And like I said, there are no guards in this house currently because they're all panicking over the sudden death of the master.
36 again.
Okay.
I rolled the same thing twice.
You actually do spot on Vincent Lupton's desk an incomplete letter to what looks like Lord Randall Ansland. You can read it now, or you can just take it and read it another time.
Yeah, I'll take it and read another time because I hear them shouting, Lita shouting, "Get witch hunters, get some guards!" Something. I'm like, time to go.
Okay, so you get out of there. Before we continue, bathroom break, everybody, because I need to.
Wasn't expecting that, but let's go kill the in-laws now.
No, the Numbers Killers.
And we're back.
All right, so let's just begin again because I know some of you guys have to be somewhere. So, the day passes. Burchill, we will retroactively do your thing with Randall. Dusk happens, and then the sun begins to set. And Enzo, just before you were about to go to bed, there is a knock at your door.
Oh, good enough. I walk downstairs to the living room, through the entry hall, from the door.
You open the door, and standing there with a wicked smile on his face is Inquisitor Udo Kier.
Bad bastard.
And it's just like, good evening, Enzo. I hope I'm not interrupting.
I look around like, no, not quite. I open the door. I'm like,
It's like, that was utterly necessary. Do you remember the last time we spoke, I told you there would be a time I would need your help?
yes.
Well, that time is now. And time is of the essence, unfortunately, so I am afraid I must ask you to get dressed quickly and come with me.
Understood. Give me a few moments.
Jawohl.
And
It's
I go in and get changed.
All right. Good. So skipping the changing, like as you step outside the house, you see with the Inquisitor in his entourage is the half-ogre who was mentioned before, who is carrying a very big sack that looks like it could be a person. And not only that, but with them are four witch hunters.
What the fuck are they doing to her?
This is like but yeah, with that said, the Inquisitor just like, now, if you would follow me, please.
All right. And I follow along.
All right. And with this, Inquisitor Udo Kier takes you into off Temple Isle into the city itself to the Kingfisher Inn. And once he enters the Kingfisher Inn, he says to two of the witch hunters, "You two, what's the exits down here? If anyone tries to run, I don't believe I need to tell you what to do." And two of the witch hunters nod, and they just take a seat somewhere at one of the tables and grab some drinks, trying to look inconspicuous. The rest of you ascend the steps, and as you ascend the steps, the Inquisitor turns to the other two witch hunters and just says, "Keep the two elves in their room. We do not want anyone disturbing us." Now, this is a very important question. Lita, it is about time for bed. Is Satori with you?
Yes, why wouldn't he be?
Little did you know, he's also been kidnapped.
Well, so because
everyone's family members kidnapped. Anaris, also your family has been kidnapped.
Just like
what?
Dig up the graves, just take their corpses.
We stole their skulls.
They took out a whole mountain that cave. They excavated the cave just to bring their corpses out.
Okay, so Lita, as you are just about to get ready for bed, suddenly you hear.
No.
Lita, does this smell like chloroform to you?
I imagine Lita is about like she's mid undressing to climb into bed with Hattori and just like holds up a hand. I'll be back and puts on a bathrobe.
All right.
Just walking down the door. Motherfucking goddamn cock-blocking son of a bitch.
As you say that, you open the door, and who should you see?
Well, there goes my libido.
It's like, evening, my lady. I certainly hope I am not interrupting.
Wait, you can teleport?
Lady goes, "Nothing terribly important. How can I help you this evening?"
May I come in?
Lita looks down. If it's absolutely necessary, but I prefer not to. I'm a little indisposed.
Oh, believe me, my lady, it is absolutely necessary.
Lita
I'm across
pulls.
the street.
Lita pulls her robe a little tighter.
All right.
I'm across the street.
Now's the time to strike. We killed 2 lords. Let's kill an Inquisitor.
Fuck no.
All right. So
you want the Pope to show up in his holy Pope box?
Yes.
So do you let him in?
Yes, and only him.
Well, as
Enzo's right behind him.
Roll a strength check, actually.
Oh, fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't. It's a half-ogre. You'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is that?
This is just
fortitude for just strength.
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
Lita's now in the sack.
Okay. You try to close the door, but then just suddenly, and like you try to move it, it doesn't budge. It's like a wall. And as the very burly half ogre steps into the room behind the Inquisitor, carrying that big sack with him, and stepping in to your room behind the half ogre is Enzo Redevore. And as Inquisitor Kier walks into the room and he sees Hattori standing there, he just says like,
"Oh no, Hattori's up in bed. Hattori's up in bed."
Well, this is a single floor room, so like he could see him. But as he sees Hattori, he's just like, "You other room, with the other elf. Your lady and I have important business we must discuss privately." Hattori just looks to you, Lita, for answers.
Lita just kind of gives a motion of just like, we'll talk.
All right, and he knows better than to say anything as Hattori leaves the room and walks into the other hotel room, which he now sees is guarded by the other two witch hunters. Now, it's like, but yeah, as the Inquisitor closes the door behind Hattori, and then proceeds to lock it, you watch as the half ogre sets down the sack he was carrying. Both you and Enzo roll perception.
If they kill Gid, Blasco's gonna go on a fucking John Wick rampage to the city.
Okay, 37. What'd you roll, Temme? Okay. This wasn't. Both of you rolled high enough for the DC to see this. However, you don't see details. The sack that the half ogre put down, it does look big enough to be a body. In fact, as both of you take a closer look at it, it is. It is. However, now that you're looking closer, it is not one body, but two. And Lita, you can actually see they do appear to be squirming a little bit, though just barely. Now, but yeah, with them set down, the Inquisitor just walks around the room with his hands behind his back like he just gives no fucks. And this is like, "So, my Lady Ford, I know from the last time we met, you are a very intelligent woman, so I do not believe I need to tell you as to the reason why I am here."
Tell me a time chair.
Enzo, if you would please cast the Zone of Truth.
Speaking half-truths.
Lita's in her bathrobe, by the way.
Yeah. So Enzo, what is your DC for Zone of Truth? Because Lita, you'll have to roll a saving throw.
Oh fuck.
Or he can cast Zone of Truth.
Fail.
No, you can feel that shit.
Yeah. You can feel it.
Yeah, but can't Temme exempt people though?
It's a zone thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, Zach, roll a saving throw for a Zone of Truth. You have to beat Temme's DC.
What's the DC, Temme?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Give me just a moment. Okay.
And this is a willpower saving throw, by the way.
It is a second level spell, so 17.
So yeah, you have to beat a 17.
Unnat 20.
Okay, so the Inquisitor, as far as both of you know, is unaware that you succeeded the saving throw. So you can lie if you want to.
Yeah.
Now,
I tell the Inquisitor, I've been very nonchalant, very compliant. I look at the Inquisitor and I'm like, she succeeds, sir. She's affected. She's now affected by the zone.
It's like, is that as good? So, Lady Ford, much as you can probably guess, much like you, I have been busy a busy little bee. It's like, as as some of your friends have no doubt told you, I have spoken with them already. Your friend Enzo included.
Mm-hmm.
Those closest to you are very loyal. You should be proud of that. Few people say they can have true friends.
Thank you.
It's like that being said, however, those who are only associated with you, the loyalty is not as great. And with that, the half ogre then walks over and pulls the bag off of the sack, and you see two people tied up and beaten within an inch of their lives, like literally, like they look as if they've just gone 10 rounds with the half ogre in a boxing ring, both of them. One of them is Gid. The other is the guardsman Vess. You remember her? You rescued her in Rowan's loyalty mission?
Yeah, we one of the people that came with us. What?
Yeah, what?
And it's actually interesting seeing her because last you heard secondhand from Rowan, who heard it from Euron. She quit the city guard after the witch hunters took over.
Yeah,
you have no idea where she's been since.
What the hell?
It's like
I repeat, what?
It's like they told me some very, very interesting things about you. Number one is that you associate with monsters. Number two is that you, yes, you, orchestrated the death of Ezekiel Tempest.
What?
And third,
How would they even know that?
How would they?
Yeah.
We never told Gid or Vess.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
It's like
They were never there.
He's bluffing.
It's like, do I need to remind you guys that they were at the meeting immediately following the gala?
No.
Yes, they were. I
Was
kept
Vess?
track of who was at that meeting. I wrote this down. Yes, Vess and Gid were there.
Why was Vess there? I don't remember her.
Yeah, she was there.
Huh.
I wrote it down. I took notes as that session was happening.
The cues.
But yeah, it was like, and the third and possibly the worst thing for you is that you want to abolish the church's ban on magic. Very, very, very naughty Lita Ford. One of them told me this. The other told me only information that lines up with what the rest of your more loyal friends have told me. However, the reason I am here tonight, Lady Ford, is because I have one small problem. I cannot tell which of the two of them is the liar. So that is why we are here. And you watch as he reaches for his belt and pulls out a pistol like the ones you've seen in Erebor. And he's like, so, Lazy Flood, which one do you think is the liar?
Shoot Enzo.
You remember Wolfenstein? The New Order?
Oh, Christ!
Okay.
Wait, well, how would they know we associate with monsters? They never saw me or Anaris. They don't know what we are.
I shit.
Yeah, Anaris looks like a regular person.
At this point, I as the DM are not obligated to say anything. I took notes on the session in question. I distinctly remember what
God
happened.
damn it, he was. Like we did. Anaris would say, I took him out.
We did, and also I remember we had everyone loyal to us, including the guard. Fuck.
But we didn't. The monster part's what I don't know about. Like how they know about that.
Well,
I know me and Anaris are monsters, unless they're talking about Horus.
no, because Lita mentioned to Lady Helsing about associating with non-humans.
Ah, well, good thing she still don't know my face.
But yeah, Lita, which one do you think is the liar?
You?
Well played.
Lita looks and goes, that's what this is.
Indeed, that is what this is.
What in the box?
Lita looks at Enzo.
Enzo is stone-faced.
Mm-hmm. Also, I should also point out, you guys only see the half ogre.
Yeah, I figured that. Lita, no matter which one she chooses, this is a law. This is.
Well, just say it's the one that said you're a traitor. Don't specify.
Yeah, just look.
Yeah. Well, you're not
just
here.
save as much as it sucks that one of these is going to die, I mean, save everyone else. Like, just end the Castlevania. I'm just.
Yeah, we're gonna kill these guys eventually for this shit, but yeah.
So Lita just looks and goes. This hardly seems fair. I don't know which one said which.
It's like indeed, but you know both of these people. You know them far better than I. Which one of them do you think is more likely to lie for you?
What?
So that's what this is about. That's what this motherfucker wants. One of them, he knows one of them is lying. If I kill the one that's telling the truth, he knows.
Yeah, it's designed to be a trap.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't Enzo talk in someone's mind?
Unfortunately, he has to speak out loud for that to work.
Yeah.
Like, the reason it worked before was because he was doing it as a whisper, and it was a very tense moment, so no one was paying attention to what he was saying.
So Lita knows that if she kills the one that betrayed her, the one that told the truth, that told, like, especially with monsters, did this, organized Tempest's death, then he knows that she's lying, that she is what everyone said, what all the loyalists are saying she's not. If she kills the one that lied, leaves the truth sayer, then he's back to square one with his investigation.
I hope.
But we want the liar, the one that says you're a good person, because...
I know. That's the problem. It's Lita, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. No matter... It's been twisted every which way. Lita cannot make.
There is a fucked up thing you can do. You can have them both killed.
The only people who have any authority to make a decision in this room right now are Lita and Enzo.
I know.
If you kill them both, that'll throw them off. Like, oh. Oh god, I can't wait to kill this dude.
That doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't work. Killing both doesn't work because then it's just. It's basically nothing. It's basic. It's not a war game situation where it's like Strange. The only way to play is not to. The only way to win is not to play. Lita has to play, and killing both doesn't work because then she's doubly guilty.
Well, this guy's gonna suspect us anyway, so we gotta do the one that's gonna be the who's least useful to us. But I know that's harsh, but
well, here's the thing. Lita could cop to some of the stuff. That would throw him for a loop.
What? Oh, well, then don't say you helped kill Tempest.
She's not going to say that.
No, it was totally the Birdman that did it.
You mean Horace?
The Griffin did it. The Griffin snuck into his room, lit his ass on fire, and repeatedly hit him. I've seen with shit.
Well, we do want to take out the church theocracy, but that
Lita looks at him and just says, Lita looks at Enzo and gives him a look of like, no matter what I do, I'm fucked.
You can definitely tell Enzo's face muscles are pretty tight under his facade.
Yeah.
He knows that no matter what happens, there's a good chance that neither of us are walking out of this room.
No, can't be good.
And Lita just kind of goes, Lita is like,
he is letting you take your time, by the way.
The best part is Zone of Truth doesn't compel you to speak.
Yeah.
And you pass the saving throw, so you can say whatever you want.
She just looks at him and goes, "Why? Why all of this theatrics?"
It's like, why?
Jesus.
Why would you do it? If the situation were reversed and I were at your mercy, why would you do it?
I wouldn't,
For the
because
what?
I'm about brutal efficiency.
Brutal efficiency. Efficiency is that means getting your way, regardless of the means and regardless of the cost. If you had to kill two people close to me to get me to confess to something, would you?
No.
Is that the truth?
Yes.
Okay. This is like
Confessions given under duress are most often give false information, and more than likely, they'll say anything to make the torture stop. You've seen, you've heard the reports. Those people will say anything if you get the torture to stop. My former master used to beat people to get information out of them, and they'd tell them anything they wanted. They would tell him that they worked for the most absurd individuals possible.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, this is true. Torture is a very unreliable method of gathering information. Thankfully, as Inquisitors, we are trained in the art of information gathering, so we know this.
So one of them told you that I work with monsters, that I organized Tempest's death, and that I wish to lift the ban on magic. And the other told you the opposite.
Indeed.
I guess it depends. Let's look at all three of those individually. Working with monsters depends on your definition of monster. Because I work with the gangs. Those are pretty monstrous people, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. And I know where you're going with this, considering the company that I keep.
Agreed. So I work with human monsters, and you work with literal.
It's just like creatures such as him should not be pitied or should not be feared or slain. Rather, they should be pitied. He had no choice in being born. He had no choice what he was. His mother had little choice either. He was brought into this world with a cursed existence, damned of whatever he does.
And to point the third, lifting the magic ban would be only to accommodate Scar and Guardian allies. After all, both this will be a united front. It'd be pretty damned hard to defend the city if we tell our mage allies to the south that they can't perform their tasks, and we only have to rely on half of what they have to offer to defend the city.
So you've admitted then that you do want to lift the ban on magic.
Only for the war effort. No other reason.
Is that the truth?
It's a half-truth.
Okay. So, this is like... And to the matter of Ezekiel Tempest.
Lita looks at the Inquisitor. You know from our conversations that I had come into the possession of papers that indicted Ezekiel Tempest.
Indeed, I do know this.
You also know that in my association with some of my close comrades, we wound up intercepting a shipment of Skarn Guardian uniforms. Yes.
Indeed.
And
I know-
that at the
I know
Prince-
everything. I know everything about the case in question, Lita. I, like you, am very thorough.
So you know then that the people that attacked the prince were actually Syrian loyalists, loyal to Tempest, that...
Indeed. That I do know. However, if you know all of this, you must also know that in all of the official reports, exactly how Ezekiel Tempest died remains a mystery. The official reports say that he was killed by one of Fenharal's assassins. Yet, one of these two told me different. And I have not seen or heard anything from you or anybody you know that contradicts either story. Yet, so Lita, which is the truth?
The truth?
Yes, Lita, the truth.
Lita pauses. The truth is, we went to that party.
Is that you?
We were down in the ballroom when the prince's life was... There was an attempt made on the prince's life. An attempt that was orchestrated by Tempest.
Mm-hmm. And you saved the life of our future king, Prince Ares of the House of Reyes, for which we of the Church of Empire remain eternally grateful.
And in the process, unmasked Tempest as a traitor.
Mm-hmm. You still have not answered my question, however. Was Tempest killed by Fenharal's assassin, or by you? Just because you were at that party, just because you saved the life of the prince, does not mean that you are not clever enough to orchestrate something of the sort. If there is one thing I know about you from all of the research I have done about you, Lady Ford, is that you are very, very clever, and you are a woman of means. If you wanted such a thing done, it's very difficult to imagine a reason why you would not be able to accomplish it.
I did not kill Tempest. Someone else did.
It's just like...
I don't know who. No one does. However, to unite the people, it makes it much better to spin the rumor mill that Fenharal did it. Does it not? We need a united Syria. I don't know who did it.
I suppose then with the confessions you've made, that 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And with this, he pulls the hammer back on his pistol, walks right over to Gid. You see, Lady Ford, I already knew which one of them was Envelia, and I just wanted to see your reaction.
Yes, Jayson.
Would Rowan have heard the gunshot?
Where are you?
I'm across the street.
Yeah, he lives across the street.
Roll perception. They're at Lita's house, by the way. They're in the Kingfisher Inn.
Oh.
Oh, well then never mind.
Okay. but it was like...
My mistake.
But yeah, it's like I already knew which one of them was Elia, Lady Ford. I brought them both here to see what you would do. as he holsters the pistol. Which is the same reason I know, like lightning, he draws his other pistol, points it right at your head. That I know that you are lying to me, Lady Ford. You do know something about the death of Ezekiel Tempest. I was able to discern that from you from our very first meeting. You told me then that you did not know at all how Ezekiel Tempest died, and you lied.
Fine. You want the truth? I'll give you the truth.
For the sake of our future generations, it would behoove us both that the truth were known eventually. Better right now here with me.
Very well. I have a very important question to ask you because you're going to hear a lot of things, and I have a very important question.
But by all means, I have not pulled the trigger yet.
Looks at Enzo. Looks at him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in God?
It's like, I am an inquisitor of the Church of Eternal Fire, Lady Ford. I do believe in the Creator with all of my heart and all of my soul. It is a real. It's like it is.
Enzo starts to chuckle.
It's like Enzo. It is the reason that I do what. It's the reason that I do what I do. I pray to him every day. His voice guides my hand. He does not, however, guide my judgment. That is guided by those I am sent to judge. They judge themselves by their own actions. I am simply the hand of the Creator's judgment upon them.
Depending on how this conversation goes, you might learn one of the most uncomfortable truths of your life.
Lady Ford, I have stared down the people, mages, inhuman monstrosities, the likes of which you would not believe, even if I told you all of their stories in all of their bloody and very gory details. There is little in this world that will surprise me anymore.
Hold my beer. Lita, fine. Ezekiel Tempest was killed.
Mm-hmm.
On accident.
You're not lying.
My operatives, who shall remain nameless, were there to gather more information, to present a case to the king and to the court. We went to gather as much evidence as possible to prove that Ezekiel Tempest was a traitorous son of a bitch. When suddenly, he decided to make the attempt on the prince's life that night. The problem was, as far as I know, because I don't think full details have ever been made prevalent to Lita.
Mm-hmm.
My operatives intercepted Tempest as he was attempting to rape the prince's personal handmaiden. And through a course of accidents, he died. We saved 2 lives that night. And I think Prince Ares would be more than willing to turn a blind eye to the fact that the traitorous war bastard died when we saved his life as well as the life of his personal handmaiden.
He gives you a very quizzical look as he just pushes the barrel of his gun right against your forehead and just looks deep into your eyes, your ever-changing, colorful eyes, which he doesn't seem to notice. And the seconds tick by. They feel like minutes, but they are seconds. And until eventually he says, "You are not lying."
No.
And with that he pulls the gun away. Thank you for clearing that up, Lady Ford. However, it would seem now that we are at an impasse. For you see, all I have proven tonight is that you associate with monsters, however your definition defines monsters. You orchestrated the death of Ezekiel Tempest, which I am not here to arrest you for. And 3, that you do want to abolish the church's ban on magic, which as many issues as I have with that, this is not my area of expertise, and I believe that to those whom it is. None of this proves that you are a mage. So based on what we have discovered tonight, Lady Ford, you tell me, what is stopping me from taking you to Temple Isle right now, placing you in a cell, and finding out whether or not you are a mage the old-fashioned way? Because I could very easily do that. So tell me, Lady Ford, why shouldn't I? As I said, I am only the Creator's hand of judgment. All of his sons and daughters judge themselves by their actions. Your actions in the next few seconds will define the rest of your life and, dare I say, your existence here in the city of Sanctuary. And don't let your lordly title cloud your judgment. I have taken in lords and archbishops before. You would be no different.
And Lita, okay, yeah.
Before you do it, Enzo chuckles again and says, "Lady Ford," and I kneel. I go down to one knee and prostrate behind, where I was saying, from behind them.
Lita goes, "What about if you persecute a literal grandchild of God?"
Joke's on you, I believe it's king and yellow.
That would be hilarious. How? First of all, you would have to prove that you are a grandchild of God, of the Creator.
In Celestial Enzo says, "My light, my angel, I believe it's time to reveal yourself."
Lita,
there is nothing hiding now.
Yeah, Lita. Yeah, no, I would say Lita looks at the Inquisitor. Mm-hmm. And Lita looks at the fucking Goliath, basically says, "I'm going to need a little bit of room for this. If you wouldn't mind telling your men to step back a little bit."
You have room. The half ogre was standing over by the two bodies. Well, one body now.
Lita kind of like rolls her head a little bit. You failed to ask a very important question.
What question would that be, Zen?
Look into my eyes and tell me what you see.
He looks into your eyes. He stares at them. He rolled much better for perception this time. And just like... He looks confused, but he's not saying anything.
And then Lita basically steps back, shrugs her shoulders as this pair of metallic wings expands outward.
Is like the second you do, the half ogre takes 3 steps forward towards you, and then like you hear something from the ceiling, but before either of them can react, suddenly.
And Lita looks at him and just says, "In Celestial,
oh boy,
would you persecute proof that your God is here, that your God has sent an emissary, and that everything that has been happening is by the will of God?"
He looks at you. His brow furrows. He's like, I have been tricked before. How am I to know you are what you say you are? How do I know you have not fooled him?
Lita
points to Enzo.
Lita offers a hand and says, "Take my blood and see what you do with it."
You offered it to me freely.
Yes.
He looks down at your hand and just says, "As tempting of an offer as that may be, that is also not my area of expertise. And as I have said, so the sons and daughters of the Creator judge themselves, not but
My mother was a daughter of the Creator.
As I was saying, we judge ourselves not by what we give, but by our actions. If you truly are a grandchild of the Creator, what can you offer me as proof via your actions that you actually do serve the will of Him?" And he looks deadly serious at this point. Like the single wrong move could order like. You did hear something from the ceiling.
Yeah, no.
But a single wrong. He looks like a single wrong word from you could have him order both of them to take you in.
Look, the Creator is a God of peace, yes? He is a God of love. Everything I have done has been an attempt to bridge the gap between two fractured races, the elves and the humans. The union was the means to an end, a means that unfortunately a bunch of ill-sighted and ill-minded individual fools have sought fit to try and destroy, on both sides. The first thing I did when I came to the city was I eliminated a monster living under the stairs in the form of a werewolf. I guided Rowan Lazare to fulfill a goal, fulfill his destiny to become a great hero. Everything I have done so far has been to benefit and help this city. Enzo can attest to this.
In my right mind, in my right soul, and as I stand up, I can attest that Lady Lita Fuller, child of the Creator, has done nothing but try to help everyone in Sanctuary.
Can you, Enzo? Can you? We are both of the eternal fire. You know just as well as I the deceptions of the mages and the enemies of their Creator are capable of. What makes you so certain that this is not a deception?
Because I know. Just as you follow the will of the Creator, I follow His will as well. And everything I've seen Lita do has not gone away from anything I think would be ill repute to his name. Her methods are crass, by no means elegant, but they do get the job done. They do exactly as she said. He needs a guiding hand, to be fair. But I know by the Creator's will that she is a child of the Creator, child, and I will follow her to complete the Creator's will.
He's like, if you are not lying, if you truly do believe this.
And you know me, as far as our communication, I'm good on how I am. If I think something is wrong or something is of ill repute, I will know, or I'll find out.
Nevertheless, if your actions in the past do not prove your innocence in the here and now, for all I know, you could be working towards some unspoken goal, and this could be, as you would put it, a long con. Is there anything that you can give to me right now, Lita Ford and Enzo Ray Devore, that can convince me that the two of you are on the side of the Creator? Pray pray that you have a good answer. Because if you don't, I am afraid I will have no choice. Both of you will be on this stake in Hierarch Square before Fenharal's forces even get here. Your claims to be a grandchild of the creator are as of this moment just that, claims. Prove to me here and now that you serve his will through your deeds and your actions. Right now.
Look at what I've built. The Union.
No.
No.
Not what you've done. What will you do now? What will you do in the future? What will you do to help me believe that you are not intending anything malevolent for this city or its people?
We have been keeping the prince hidden at an estate outside of the city grounds for his own protection in secret. In a few weeks, we are going to personally escort him to his future father-in-law for further, better protection. It's best that he's not in Syria or Sanctuary when Fenrir's forces cross the border.
You are not lying.
No.
And he is unharmed.
Perfectly unharmed. A little more educated than he was last, but...
Looks over to you, Enzo. Just like, and you vouch for her words.
I do.
We will escort him personally, deliver him safely, and then we will return and resume our work to get the city prepared for a very long winter. And then, when we win this war, I'm going to continue to help the oppressed, and I'm going to continue to help the downtrodden, and I'm going to settle down, and I'm going to have a family with the man I love.
He looks at you quizzically. And just because I know you're being truthful, so does he. Because that is an ability that Inquisitors have. They can discern lies. They do not even need to roll.
Yes.
But yeah, he just says... He just looks at you for a second, and then holsters his gun. And as he does that, the half-ogre seems to relax. Hear this what is going to happen. I will, of course, need proof that Prince Ares is alive. However, I do not trust you at this time to take me to him. So here's what's going to happen. You are going to tell me where he is, and you are going to write a letter for me stating that wherever he is, I have permission to see him. And then I will see him. And I will ask him on my own time questions concerning his safety. However, if all of what you say is true, what you say now is true, this means we have another issue. Someone clearly wanted me to prosecute you, to judge you as a mage. I have told your friend Enzo this. Well, while you were gone to Erebor, I had my other associates break into your home. Do you know what they found?
I'm going to guess evidence that proves I'm a mage.
Exactly. Evidence that was very easy to find. Too easy, in fact. That is how I knew it. That is how I knew it took place. Furthermore, there appears to be corruption within the Church of Eternal Fire here in Sanctuary itself.
Well, it is wet.
The sky is blue, motherfucker. You mean Maxwell?